The fight date approaches. I'm getting excited. The press conference was fun. Next episode of the relay is already done for your viewing pleasure, so I will upload it after this live. Tio's still acting like a weirdo, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know how anybody could see how he acting, and I don't know, dog. And I don't need to know. That's not my job. Because I still see people, they got faith in him and shit. And I'm like, whatever, dog. What it do, Ray? What it do, Filipino? We out here. Mexicilla, you already know. He came out with like a crazy looking mask or some. I don't know, bro. I don't even know. I don't. You know? I can't wait to see Nui. It feels like I just saw him. That's what I like about him, man. Like we say it all the time that activity matters, but he's like a good example that it feel like we just saw him. It feel like it wasn't a million years ago that he fought, and now we get to see him fight again on Sunday. But that's the trade-off. That when you have a active schedule, they not all gonna be killers, but it is a way to keep you relevant. It is a way to keep you out there, Shout out to Mr. Calderon. You think Bill got a glass chin like Dev? Probably. Get it from his daddy. You know what I'm saying? I seen that shit too, that like him and Oscar. It's like, man, come on. Y'all putting on now. Like, y'all ain't about to squabble out here. I don't even really think Oscar was mad. I just think he was putting on. I don't think he was really mad. Steel mask and second ring magazine belt. Yeah, like he just a weird ass dude, bro. Not gonna lie, I missed Inui's last couple of fights. I was up for them shits because of the time they come on. The time they come on, I'm taking my son to the bus, so I'm not gonna miss them. All I gotta do is pop on ESPN. You feel me? But I enjoy that shit because usually it's in the middle of the week. I'm already up because I'm taking my son to the bus. So it's all good, you know what I mean? Now he about to fight Cardenas and we get a little fight on there, and then shit gets more serious in September. He fights MJ. But you gonna see how the energy don't be there, that all them people that was like, oh, he's scared of MJ, he ducking MJ, motherfuckers gonna go radio silent when they make that fight. They not gonna say nothing. Cause motherfuckers really out here just be talking to be talking, bro. These motherfuckers say anything. That shit crazy. Like you nobody taught you to shut the fuck up. You don't got nothing to say. Shut the fuck up. Shit. What it do, Isaac? What it do, Fi? We out here. I heard Thunderbolts is okay. I hope that shit is alright, man. Cause I'm taking my kid to see that next week. I want to see Thunderbolts. Got Lawrence Pug in it. Some motherfuckers like what's her name? Florence? I forgot, dog. I don't know that girl name. They need to find a way to bring Scarlett Johansson back, bro. I need Black Widow back in the MCU, dog. You know what I'm saying? Mr. G, what it do? Real talk. Nah, Fantastic Four looks like shit. Nah, that shit look alright. I like that shit. You gonna tell us what you deadlift now, bro? It's okay, bro. Come on, what you deadlift?
I honestly don't know. I don't even record what I deadlift. So this was just listen. By the way, I did not rage quit the other day. I just thought, well, what's the point of this?
Nah, we was just fucking with you, dog. Like we fuck with everybody, bro.
Yeah,
for any reason, like Country was over there jerking off the whole fucking live for like 3 hours. We fuck with everybody.
Yeah. Hey, it's all fun and games. What do you think of Bill Haney fucking with or trying to fuck with Garcia? Because I don't know if it means anything. I just hope his son doesn't act as emotional in the fight as Bill Haney's acting emotional outside of the ring.
Well, I mean, I didn't think it was bad for them because with them it's not with the Haneys and the Garcias. It's not like the Teofimo shit where you just talking to try to get attention. They got real beef. They gonna fight, right? If you handle your business and they handle theirs, y'all gonna fight. So I'm not against the squabbling and them going back and forth. That I didn't think much of it because yeah, there are hard feelings there. Of course there are. But they pointed out a couple of things that I thought were kind of like, yeah, it is noticeable that Ryan, you don't have the same build that you had, and just them going back and forth. I'm okay with that because it's like, well, yeah, y'all got to do that. You guys are actually building a fight. Whereas when you look at Tszyu, when they did that sit down with all of them, it's like, bro, what are you even doing? You not fighting Devin. Fuck, you look like talking shit to Devin when you not fighting Devin, bro. Next or after
Man,
next.
yeah, Jules, does Tszyu give you Cambosa's vibes for this one? Because he's clearly looking past Barboza. Now,
My
he
dude,
should beat
I got
Barboza.
Arnold. I said it. I got Arnold.
Well, here's the... I'm still going with Tszyu, but yeah, he should have beaten Cambosa's handily if he had fought half as disciplined as he did against Loma, and there was no discipline.
The shit is that kind of thing doesn't happen to top shelf guys. It happens to good fighters. Like, yeah, there's a lot of good fighters. They have an off night, they pay for it. But a top shelf guy don't lose to Cambo, and it's nothing against Cambo, but it's reality, bro. That dude needed a gift over Maxie Hughes, for God's sake. Come on now.
Yeah, Cambosa's is fringe top 10 level, and yeah, so he should beat Barboza, but he's clearly looking past him, and it's just when you lost your unbeaten record and your world titles because you looked past an opponent once, like, why would you even think of letting that happen again? Like this, like you said, this is what separates good fighters from great ones, but he's just looking more and more like
he thinking about a lot of shit that don't got nothing to do with him is what I see. That, like, you thinking about Devin, you trying to be all in the Kool-Aid with Ryan, and none of that shit got nothing to do with you, bro. None of that shit. The other thing is with Arnold, though, I think by now I think Tio's in a place where you don't really know what to do about this dude, because every time I see y'all together in the same space, you act weird, like weirder than usual. That dude makes you uneasy. I don't know why specifically. I don't know if something happened behind the scenes, something that we don't know about. But yeah, like I got Arnold, bro. I don't trust Teofimo, I ain't even want to spend a lot of time on him because I talked about his shit in the next episode of the relay. That it's like,
am I tripping, or was he dressed like a gimp?
Bro, he's dressed like that dude in Pulp Fiction. Remember the dude, the gimp?
Yeah, going to wake up the gimp.
The interesting thing on Instagram, he took like all the fighters, he took a photo with Turkey, and he was wearing a Scarface hat. Like, that is like the complete opposite to wearing a cowboy hat, no shirt on, and eyeliner. Like,
bro,
the guy's
I don't
just
know
going
what
through an
these costumes are, bro. Like, he been wearing costumes for like a month. Like, he wanted to look like Bret Michaels, then he wanted to look like LL Cool J with the overalls and no shirt. Then he's a gimp. Like, I don't know what the fuck going on with that dude. But like
Jules,
I said,
he's a schizo.
Jules, I'll tell you the difference. I'll tell you the difference as to why Tio is acting the way he's acting, because Arnold Barboza is a real fucking thug from El Monte, and you see a guy who's cosplaying one in Tio. So the studio gangster in Tio knows that the real gangster in Arnold is not going to fall for his dumb bullshit.
Stop. I'm sorry.
Ray, he's not a gangster. What
bro,
you mean, Ray? Why you gotta stop?
Bro, I think Arnold's gonna beat Tszyu, but that being said, let's be real about what Arnold does. This dude talks hard as hell, bro. Like, he really talks like he's really gonna murder someone to fight like Shakur Stevenson for 12 rounds, bro.
That dude got the meanest motherfucking face in the whole division to get out there and not fuck. But I'm with you, like, yeah, I got Arnold, bro. Like, I can't.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I'm not saying that he actually is a gangster, but he intimidates fucking Tio with that look of his.
Yeah, because that motherfucker be looking mad than a motherfucker, man. But we talked about that bill already. We talked about that card. What about this Canelo shit, man? What fight on Canelo shit you looking forward to the most, Ray?
Bacoli or Jagba.
Bacoli, absolutely Bacoli.
Yeah,
I'm
two
gonna
big
be real.
heavyweights who two big heavyweights who aren't
what
technical.
None of
they-
y'all is named
Yeah.
Ray, but y'all all talking over him, which is crazy.
Hey, bro. Hey, they have, to be honest, they should, because the thing I'm looking forward to on Canelo's card is the black screen after all of that shit is over, bro. I'm not
You
watching
don't like
that
that
shit, bro.
shit?
I'm
You
not
don't like
watching
that
that
shit
shit,
for
bro.
real?
Wow.
You should have let them talk over me, bro. I'm not watching that shit, bro.
Nah, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. Like I said, I'm cool with it as a package. Like I'm like, look, it's on, bro. And at the end of the day, it was gonna run you 80 anyway. So you getting 2 cards for the price of 1. I ain't mad at that. I would say the fight I'm looking forward to the most is the Bacoli fight, though. I don't know why I think a Jogba gonna do some crazy shit. I don't know why I think that. Like, yeah, Jogba about to expose you, bro. The Parker shit is negligible. You took the fight on fucking, what was it, 24 hours, 48 hours? You had a full camp for this guy. Now, you wasn't here yesterday, Ray. You wasn't here. Do you think Timmy can avenge the loss against Sebastian now that we know that they about to do that again? Do you think he could avenge the loss?
I mean, sure, it's possible, but at the same time, it's not like he spent that time after the loss doing great shit or just like recovering. He spent it getting knocked the fuck out and then fighting a bum.
True.
So
True.
I don't know. His chin could
So
just be
did Kiwi
cooked right
go
now.
0-8
Sebastian one's
yesterday?
easier. Damn.
Say it again.
I don't think the rematch should happen.
No, I mean, look, the shit is you're not gonna fight Xander, which I kind of thought you're not gonna fight Xander. I kind of thought that already. So if you're not gonna fight Xander, this is the least you could do for me. I think Tim could win a rematch, believe it or not. I think he can because he'll have a full camp this time. You know, before you getting ready for a dude 5'7" with no hairline in his mid-30s, right?
Yeah, they
You
put the
wasn't-
okie doke on him.
Yeah, like you wasn't getting ready for a dude 6'5", southpaw, punches hard. You wasn't. Whereas now you're gonna have a full camp, and I think look at how well he did and how long he lasted, not getting ready for a dude like that, right? Yeah, I think he could do a lot better in a rematch. I'm gonna go with Timmy to stop him in a rematch. We'll go with Timmy to stop him. Might seem presumptuous, but it's
Well,
like
he fucking broke his shit with bloody eyes. He has to stop him now. I'm pretty sure he's just gonna
he
stop it.
busted your shit, and he wasn't even training for you when he busted your shit. So,
You look
so
like
just
you got
imagine if he
jumped
ever
in that
can.
last fight.
Imagine if I said a sentence and you didn't interrupt me. Right?
Type of
You
shit.
didn't type of shit. Now, yeah, I got Timmy in a rematch, man. I don't mind it though. But somebody said this, and a part of the reason it stood out is because, like, yeah, that makes sense. That the only real reason y'all trying to do this Timmy rematch is because you know No Limit gonna pay for it. You know what I mean? Like that's why y'all did it the first time. The money to do that entire show, it came from No Limit, not the PBC. And that's gonna seem like a better alternative than sending Sebastian to Top Rank to get his ass beat. Because I don't know what the fuck wrong with a lot of y'all that y'all think fucking Sebastian was gonna do anything to Xander. Like, I ain't even that big on Xander, but I'm like, dog, that dude will beat Sebastian, bro. If Brian Mendoza could beat you, Xander could beat you, bro. It's not complicated.
Yeah, Tim Tszyu should
Yeah,
win
and
the
Brian
fight
don't
if he
even be
can-
hitting like that.
Brian's not a big puncher, bro. When the fuck did Brian Mendoza start being the better beef of 154? When did that happen? Got
I mean,
country
it was a
in the
good
building.
shot, right? Like, wasn't Fundora winning that fight before he got caught?
Yeah, but the fact that you see how he went down. Like, he went down fucking hard, dog. Like, hard. he
Big ass
didn't- and he-
fucking
and-
tree top.
He's too
And
big
he
to be in the
didn't-
pocket.
And he didn't recover. The other thing is, flash knockdowns happen. They happen. Guys get up. They're okay. But he didn't recover, dog. He went down. He stayed down, bro. Like, Brian did that to you, bro? Since then, Bohachuk fucked up Brian. Timmy fucked up Brian. So that just tell me, like, yo, if Timmy get his paws on you again, bro, he gonna get you. He gonna get you.
Yeah, Tim Tszyu should win
Sometimes you
if he
get hit
can.
with that shot that you don't see that hurts you the most. You know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, Tim Tszyu should win if he can see properly. But I just don't like that they're jumping back into taking a high level risk. Like if Tim Tszyu loses, and I'm his biggest fan, his career at the top is done. It's just like
Yeah, but I
the
don't think
time-
he loses, bro. I don't think. Look, shit.
I
You're younger than I am, so you don't know about procession. You got your ass beat 2 times. Now you about to fuck somebody up 2 times. The first guy was Joey. The next guy is Sebastian. Like I've been so yeah, I've been so
Why
I've
the
been
fuck
so
you say
much so
Joey like that, bro?
yo,
But
Joey
Jules,
got
can I?
fucked up. Joey got fucked up, bro, and it didn't take long neither. Like, bro, he fucked you up, bro, and you couldn't do nothing, bro. Your family ringside and shit, watching you get your ass
I'm not
beat.
gonna lie.
But Jules,
Tim's
Can I throw this one? Can I throw this one in there? Like the way that he got smoked by Murtazaliev, that is the kind of fight that means your chin could be gone forever. So I just don't like that. Like if his chin gets cracked again, which it very well could after that Murtazaliev loss.
We could say that, but we have an example of a fighter who got obliterated, right? He got blasted out of there. Talking about Joseph Parker. Joe Joyce fucked him up and knocked him out. Fucked him up and knocked him out. But Joseph, like Joey, but like Joseph, like Timmy, he took like a little layup fight, and before you knew it, he was back in the shit. He didn't let the loss fester. That dog is like a bad breakup. The best thing to do is get another bitch. In this instance, you got your ass beat. Best thing for you to do is beat some ass and put some distance between yourself and that memory. Because if you just sit around being worried, like, damn, I don't know if I want to take that fight. That's a high level. Yeah, nah, you can't think like that. You got to think, yo, if I get Sebastian in the ring, dog, I am gonna punch him right in the fucking dick, bro.
Well, hey,
Yeah, and
Right,
you got to remember that elbow
Well,
came
I love
came through
Parker.
like round 2,
when
so he was already
Sebastian
on his way to packing up that nigga Fundora.
when
Yeah.
Sebastian was laying on the mat after he got freaking decked by Mendoza, he didn't get back up. His brain was not computing. He was confused and knocked out. But here he is back again.
Yeah, like
I
I don't think it's a bad idea for Timmy. If it was another fight like Bohachuk or Madrimov, I would agree with you, Kiwi, that maybe you don't need that right now. But because you know this guy, you've been in there with this guy, psychologically you need this. It's like you're not gonna really be confident till you get some get back. And maybe you can't get it with Murtazaliev because he beat your ass. But you could get it with Sebastian. You could get it.
Yeah, well, I hope Tim
I
Tszyu
like your
wins. Much like
confidence, Jules.
I hope that Parker. I hope Parker's is able to, I don't know, win whatever fight comes his way. Like I hope Tim Tszyu wins. I'm a little nervous for the guy. But hats off to him for taking the challenge.
Yeah.
And Charles Conwell really fucked his shot up, huh?
I mean,
Man,
you know the shit with Charles is that he's a pressure guy. You got to take him for what he is. That pressure guys got one gear, bro. They got one gear. They going for, and he just got outboxed. I don't even think Charles is a bad fighter, by the way. It's just like, yeah, Jorge just shaked and baked you.
I think
But
it's
it's all right.
Tank.
Yeah, and that was a random ass dude that did it too. I mean,
Bro, that's a dude that Carlos Ocampo knocked out, bro.
that's what I'm talking about, Jules. Like if you looked at his record, he had 4 losses and he had no real significant wins before he fought Conwell.
None, bro. So
None.
that's crazy. That's crazy that was the dude that did that. But it's like I wouldn't sell all my stock in Charles. I think the bane that Charles has, which is unusual, but it does happen from time to time. We kind of see that to a lesser extent with William Zepeda. He's a pressure guy that doesn't really hit that hard. That's what I see. They're like, yeah, you got volume for days. You got aggression. You're not bad in the pocket either. You're not stupid. You know, you roll and slip and do a lot of good shit in the pocket. But I guess
Who,
Charles'
Benavides?
problem is who?
Benavides.
No, I was talking about Charles Conwell. Charles Conwell's problem is he don't really hit that hard. That's what I think his problem is, that you're not concussive enough. And because there was times I seen he was getting a Jorge, but it's like you got to hurry up and get this fucking dude out of here, bro. And he couldn't do it.
What I noticed was the tank, the gas tank, right? Like he gassed.
Well, he really ain't been in a real squabble neither, you know. Charles, like with
Yeah,
somebody real.
he's been kind of rolling through his comp lately.
Yeah, like he really like that. Maybe his problem was they were supposed to step you up a couple of fights ago, and because they didn't, you kind of plateaued. You know what I mean? But he'll be alright. He'll be alright. That's one loss. It ain't everything. Misael said, "What do you think about Bam being a diva and not wanting to fight on Canelo's card this weekend? Also, Robert Garcia thinks Matchroom is not prioritizing Bam." I mean, I think that is some diva shit. You better off being on Canelo's undercard than headlining a show, bro. Because there's a greater chance of spillover that people that don't know you is going to see you. Because we all know Americans really don't watch the super flyweight division. It's always been that way. But if you on Canelo's undercard, they might remember, yo, who's that little motherfucker? You know what I mean? Who's
Yeah,
that little
exactly.
You know,
Yeah,
so-
And
because
the other
this
thing,
fucking generation doesn't remember that Floyd used to fight on Oscars undercards.
exactly.
yeah, and the other thing is Robert Garcia. If that motherfucker doesn't have a guy fighting every day, he's gonna complain.
That motherfucker worked harder than anybody in the industry.
For
Respect
real.
Robert Garcia.
But I think that's a baseless criticism that they're not prioritizing Bam. I really do think that's a baseless criticism because they just got your fighter a unification match. Of all the super flyweights, Bam is the one of the ones that's headlining shows with regularity. Guys like Puma, undercard fighter. Fumalela Kafu, undercard fighter. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know why Robert would say that. It sound like some money shit. Like, you know, it sound like y'all looking for more money. That's what it sound like. But if you wanted more money, you should have took your motherfucking ass to Saudi. Because I'm pretty sure they would have paid you better to be on Canelo undercard than you headlining in Frisco. I think you would have got paid.
Oh,
better.
undoubtedly.
Man.
The question that I ask is like, all right, bro, so they not treating you well, right? Which American promoter's gonna treat you better?
That's what I'm saying. You think Top Rank got time for fucking super flyweights, bro? You see them dudes over?
No.
Is that
What you gonna do? You gonna go to the PBC? I tell you what, Ray, because shit is a bitch. He could go to MVP.
I was
And
gonna
they
say
would-
Japan, but all right.
No. I'm saying MVP because they paying motherfuckers over there. They are paying motherfuckers, and with them it's so unorthodox that they would take him. You seen they just signed a Brazilian Olympian? What the fuck are y'all gonna do with that guy? I don't know.
Oh, so
They signed some fucking guy, dog. Some Brazilian Olympian. I don't know the fuck.
Yo, they didn't sign Lucas Body Jules to their promotional?
No, he is with them. Yeah, he is with them.
Yeah, I mean, that's a Canadian fucking dude. What the hell?
Exactly. Like, so if they could sign a fucking random Canadian dude, yeah, they would sign Bam. He's a champion. So that's like the only other place that I could think of that Bam could go where you might get more than you're getting at Matchroom. Because, you know, they got the Netflix shit going on. They going to throw a lot of money at you. But other than that, Golden Boy ain't got nothing for you, brother. Top Rank don't got nothing for you, neither. And PBC, they got their own fucking problems. So how could you say Matchroom not doing right by you?
And old Fish Eyes ain't gonna find no comp for him either.
Man, they ain't got nobody at none of them places.
Eddie Hearn needs stars, so he's never going to let Bam Rodriguez go. Like that's one of his few remaining opportunities to make money in the sport. What do you guys think of Usyk Dubois too? Because I don't think Dubois is going to. I mean, his chances is a puncher's chance, which Larry Merchant used to say was no chance. Like
they're gonna. I mean, like I said it in the
Puncher's
other
chance,
live,
or is it a regular puncher's chance?
they're gonna try to fuck them, you know, because they're in London, because it's a Queensbury show. But being real, I don't even want to be presumptuous, but you're not gonna do anything different, Daniel. I think you're gonna get stopped. That's what I think.
Exactly. Like he quit off of a jab because Usyk was overwhelming him, and he hasn't improved technically since. Like he showed, it's just
He just got more comfortable doing Daniel shit.
You
That's
can't
all
say
it was.
He hasn't improved. You can't say he hasn't improved.
All right, what did he get better at? Doing what?
You know,
He's just more
because
confident.
of his wins. You know, he
No, but
showed
doing
that
what? Like,
he was
bro,
tougher.
see this is why I hate boxing conversations. What did he improve on? What?
Okay, what I'm saying
Well
he
said,
improved
Jules.
on.
Well
he
said.
showed he could take a punch for one. When I question his chin, I question
Oh,
his
so he gets hit
durability.
better.
I you know what I'm saying? And I think he's just a better. And then
He's
what
more
I also
confident.
think is when he's more confident coming off these wins.
Sorry,
going
round one,
into
but
a
you're
next
spurging
fight.
out.
Huh?
Round
Yeah,
one,
No,
you're
but
spurging.
he's more confident doing shit that he already does. But he got beat doing shit that he already does.
This is what I'm saying. That look, this is what I'm saying. You fought 3 guys. They good guys, by the way. I'm not hating on them, But I'm saying that what did you actually get better at? What are you doing now that you wasn't doing before? And to the point that shit, I forgot his fucking name, man. I'm old. Whoever said he's confident, all that tells me is you're committing to the power shots more and taking more chances. Well, that's gonna work with slow ass molasses Hergovic. That's gonna work with 300-pound Jarrell Miller. Yeah, AJ.
It was off the juice.
It was off the juice. And
Well,
AJ, I don't know what the fuck
He
you was
countered
doing,
AJ very well off the ropes, coming off of a
No,
punch.
round one.
Yes.
Anthony Joshua had his chin up in the air like he was
Whatever
begging to
you
be.
think,
Round
Joshua's
one,
a
round one,
skilled
you're
champion.
spurging. Round one, you're spurging out.
You not you
You're spurging out.
listen. You didn't tell me
What do you mean
what
spurging
exactly. You didn't tell me what is it that he's doing better, or what is it that he changed from the time
right.
you lost to Usyk till
Okay.
now. What are you doing differently? What
What do
you
you-
had Don Charles
Okay,
and James
can I-
Ali Bashir. Let me finish, because you
Yep.
be trying to jump in while I'm in the middle of a sentence. You had Don Charles and James Ali Bashir in the corner. Then the same as you do now. So what's different about you?
Well, what's different about him for me on an eye level is that he has really shown that he can take a punch and still go forward, where that he's not showing signs of quitting. He's showing a different kind of characteristic.
He's showing he
about
can get hit
himself.
better.
And but now listen, Gerald Miller came in 98 pounds over him, and remarkably, Gerald Miller was punching all the way through in the match. He showed real grit, you know. In the AJ fight, look, I saw AJ get stopped, but I ain't never seen AJ get knocked out like that. And the way he countered off of the ropes with AJ is a heavyweight champion multiple times. Like, you know, he's just not anybody. And I gotta give him credit for that. You know, when you ask where did he get good,
Wasn't that right
I'm
after
not
he
just
got
gonna
hurt
say
by
that-
Anthony, and Anthony went for broke?
The wild
Huh?
shit is none of this. This
Yeah,
entire
round one-
monologue. This entire monologue is not telling me what the dude is doing different or what he got better at.
Wow.
Yeah, round one.
He
He's
not.
not doing
He
anything. Round
He
one.
didn't
He's
get
not
better.
doing
He's just
anything.
more confident.
Wow, you can
That's
shoot
what,
down
and this
what I
is what
said.
I'm
I gave
saying.
you
And
multiple.
this is what I'm saying.
What
No,
he did?
You telling me shit that I know of, that he knocked out AJ. Yeah, I knew that already.
But no,
that he
but
knocked
his
out Miller.
countering
He-
ability. You're not acknowledging his countering ability. You're not,
not for
acknowledging.
nothing. Not for nothing. That knockout has more to do with AJ doing stupid shit than Daniel getting better.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, because yeah. AJ, you did some shit that to me is crazy, but you did it.
What?
I saw it. You pulled back in a straight line with both hands down. And most of that fight, you didn't have your hands at home. That's why I don't know what the fuck you were thinking or what you were trying. Your hands were not at home. They were here. Like what,
It's
what are
kind
you
of
doing, bro?
like how Tank looks like he's improving when he starts pulling guys up from 130. It's like, yeah, you're gonna look
bad
better
version.
because the competition.
What I see about Daniel is you're fighting.
can't do that.
You fighting the way. What I see on Daniel, you fighting the way you fought before Joe Joyce made you quit. You got your confidence
Hold
back.
on, did
But
AJ
that's
make a
it.
mistake or did
Well, that's just
Daniel
because
make
some
a
Brazilian
read?
girl is
Wait
touching
a
his
minute, hold
PP
on.
now.
Did AJ make a mistake or did Daniel make a read?
AJ made a mistake.
I mean,
AJ made a mistake.
you can view this
I would
either
say-
way,
no, no,
but
see-
Daniel picked up on the read and he caught his flaw and made him pay for
He was
it.
out jabbing him.
Whose fault is that? Come on,
Yeah,
man.
but is AJ a carbon copy of Usyk? Is what I'm saying, because you fighting
A
Usyk
carbon
again.
copy. I'm
Is-
saying that they fought against each other, and yes, Usyk got probably the confidence coming into the fight, but I'm not gonna say that Dubois is the same fighter coming into the fight.
Okay,
feel
then tell me,
anyway-
what is he doing different?
Well, I feel that.
This is the thing. I don't think he needs to do too much
is
different.
higher.
You know what I mean?
He really buying into the fact he's the champion by knocking out AJ. He's riding on a high. I'm telling you.
Knocked out
Why
Usyk
can't
for
you
real.
just give him credit for
I got a question. I got a question for somebody who just mumbled under their breath. What do you mean he doesn't have to do much different when he got knocked
He
the
knocked
fuck
him
out?
out the
and
first time. It
didn't
wasn't
do
a low blow in
is-
my
He
opinion.
lost,
Knocked
bro.
him
He
out.
got completely dominated
but
that
you-
first
yeah, but
time.
you
What are
Knocked
you
him
got-
out
talking
the
about?
first time.
Yeah,
Like
and
I
I
think
don't-
it didn't
yeah,
look
and I
low to
don't-
me. It didn't look low to me, man.
Well,
Like,
that's
it looked like he
awesome-
knocked him out.
that's-
Usyk
Yeah, that's
Well, that's
awesome.
because
But
you don't know shit about boxing.
yeah, I was gonna say
I
that.
know fucking enough.
Unless his cup was at his stomach.
Let's not go
Enough
there.
to fucking see that the shit
It
wasn't
ain't
low.
even that. It ain't
Enough
even
to see
that.
that Usyk did that in a fucking AJ fight, and he did that as a play. That Usyk smart enough to lie when he in a tough situation.
So you have Daniel winning the fight. Just let me know. No, right?
Yeah, that's what the fuck I
Maybe.
thought.
Shit. I mean, this
Buy
the
your
thing,
guns,
right?
homeboy.
Daniel's
No,
still
you
pretty
just don't
young.
have the balls to
Get it
fucking
over.
pick him and be wrong.
This the shit I'm saying.
That's what it
now,
is.
now let me just be clear and concise, because nobody likes to be clear and concise. Those were low blows, and I maintain that because that's not the first time you hit him below the belt or at the belt. And I've been saying it. James Ali Bashir told you to do that. Don Charles told you to do that because they like rough and rugged fighters. That's what they like. They told you to hit that little motherfucker low because you 6'5", Daniel. Why the fuck would you be bending at the waist and bending at the knees and scooping an uppercut for a dude that's shorter than you? That don't make no sense.
Jules-
When you was
Jules
coming
says
forward
he
and
told
throwing
you
a
to say
1-2, how the fuck does the jab go here, but the two end up down there? How? What are you doing, bro?
Jules, could I just
Trying to
add
hit him
something
to
to
the body.
that?
Fighting.
Dubois,
He's fighting.
Dubois explicitly said before the fight, "I'll do quote unquote anything
Yeah, the
I need
body
to
of
do."
his
That
dick.
shit
And-
loud.
and-
I heard
and he-
that shit loud
and-
and clear.
And the punch was clearly low. People just want to write off
I
Don
it
Charles.
was on the belt one. All I saw was a punch on the belt.
Motherfuckers is on a Stephen A, bro. That's
It
what I be
wasn't
saying.
clearly
Motherfuckers
low.
just on a
Don Charles
Stephen
was
A.
just
Shit is
dumb
on the
motherfucker.
belt
Round
line.
And round
one.
one,
All them
damn
other photos.
time.
say something to round one. Round one.
No. Most of the glove, and I've seen this shit a million times because I made videos about it because I replay it, bro. Most of the glove is below the belt. Most of the glove is
Man,
below
if
the
you,
belt.
this is what I'm saying. If
Clearly.
you freeze
And
frame
that's-
a
and
punch,
that-
Follows at the
No,
cup.
I just
like,
Brody, I didn't say freeze.
the shit,
I
huh?
didn't say freeze.
if you
I
fucking
seen it.
freeze,
Bro, I
One at
didn't
a
freeze
time, man.
frame a punch. First off,
that's
just
what the
insulting.
picture was.
That's just insulting. Cause I didn't see the fight, right? I'm just going off a picture.
Whoa.
Cause I didn't see the fight. Why the fuck is a dude 6'5" coming in, bending at the waist, bending at the knees, taking the uppercut down here, and it lands on his fucking? And that's not the only time that happened. That's how I know it was on purpose. You was trying to hit him there.
How do you
That's
know
what you was
that?
trying to
didn't see the
do.
fight.
It's very obvious.
Yeah.
Bro,
Dubois
all the
Dubois
pictures
doesn't
I've
have a
seen, the
brain.
glove is touching
Wait.
the belt line.
And you're wrong. It doesn't matter. You're still wrong.
We back on pictures? Because I'm talking about the fight I saw. I saw what Daniel did. You closing in on Usyk, and you did one of these. And why is he doing that for a dude that's shorter than he is? I know why you
Because
would
he's trying to
do
go
that.
to the body. He's trying to go
No,
to the
'cause
body.
you trying
That's
to punch
Usyk
him
don't
in the
got a lot of
fucking
weaknesses,
dick.
but
You
what
trying
the
to
fuck
punch
we
him in
seen
the
from
dick.
Usyk?
You don't know that
That's
to
what I'm
be
saying. What we
fat,
seen from
Jules.
Punch was
Usyk is
clearly low.
better be
Round
hurt him
one.
in the amateurs to
Did
the
you
body.
not
We
see
seen
how many
AJ
body
hurt him in the
shots he
body.
took from Fury?
Guys,
Round
Fucking
one.
good fucking
I
strategy
wanna
to
say-
go to his body.
Jules
One
was in
at
his
a
I don't know
time.
who's
He
man.
heard
One
it.
at
out
a
here.
time.
He heard it. He heard it.
He knocked him out. Right.
Now let me ask you
Knock
one.
him.
No, he didn't.
No,
me
that
ask
was not a knockout.
one at a
He
He
knocked
was.
him out.
Yo,
What's
one
the
at a
puppy?
time, or I'll just kick everybody off the fucking panel. Round one, who you got winning the fight?
I'm going for the upset, man. I'm going for the underdog. I'm going for
Okay,
Dubois.
because I want to see people put their money where their mouth is if they're going to sell me this bullshit. I got Usyk. I don't see what the fuck is different about
I don't gamble,
Daniel.
but I'll do
That was
25 on
stopping
the
him
live.
again.
I
don't
don't
see
see that,
what-
Jules.
The only thing I see that's different about him is you committing to your punches again. That's all I see that's different.
that's
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 it.
all I give
He
him
hit
credit
hard than a
for.
motherfucker. Motherfucker hit hard as shit.
You know I'm
Yeah, but
trolling
Kevin
a little
Lorena,
bit,
yeah, but
Jules.
Kevin Lorena's still a dude that dropped you 4 times, bro. You didn't change.
I ain't saying he got the best
You
chin in the
beat-
world.
you
No, he
beat-
got
look.
stopped by Usyk.
No. You beat some good dudes that look good on paper, but
Pero-
they some slow dudes. What,
Pero tú
Hergovic?
no le estás dando crédito para nada, país. Tú no le,
those
el hombre
guys
hizo
fight-
algo, por lo
What
menos.
credit, dog?
Por
Do
lo
those
menos,
guys
come
fight?
on, Jules, man.
What do you
you're a
want me
little
to
too
do,
hard.
dog? Send him a Christmas card?
But this is competition, and he was doing it. He's doing it.
I'm
Man, come
saying
on,
that
you
I
gotta
don't
give him
see
credit
how
for
you.
AJ,
I'm
man.
saying I don't see how you gonna beat this dude.
Wow,
when you didn't
Jules, come
change.
on, man. AJ's a good scalp. That's a good scalp,
Round one.
man.
I don't.
Round one.
All
Round
of
one. I'm
Hergovic
gonna go.
He's
and
better though.
Big Baby's a big scope. Let's
round
go.
one. I'm going to quote something you said to me in our first discussion. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Dubois he's still just as hittable. No defense, doesn't move his head, doesn't set up shots. He just swings big. And it looked good against AJ because AJ had his chin up in the air like he was asking to get knocked out. So if you really think, maybe he lands a big punch on Usyk, but if you really think he's picked up this amazing boxing skill to where he's going to be able to set up the perfect body punch disguised as a low blow, it's not going to happen. He's still going to be just as hittable.
When the only success you had in the fight, see, if those were legal body shots, then you would have been able to keep doing it. And I watched the fight about 5 times. See, after the 5th round, when you land the low blow, you went through his body a couple of times and he had no reaction. No reaction. You hit him to the body. You could watch it again and you could slow it down. Every time Daniel throws a body shot at the body, nothing happened. The only time anything happened was in the 5th with that borderline shot. That's the only time anything happened. So if it's as real as they say it was, why couldn't you just land more legal punches, Daniel?
Yo, and to the guy that
land more body shots.
asked me that question,
Usyk's weakness is to his body.
Right? I just want to answer it.
Can I finish what the fuck I was saying?
I was asked a question. Let me get to homeboy real quick, right? Look, check this out, right? So first of all, you acknowledge me with your vast boxing knowledge. Let me bust out my pad and my pen on it, right? Because all you give me was your opinion about what you feel, how he's going to come out in a fight, which none of us have no real idea how he's going to approach this fight. I'm just merely stating that I feel like the fight will be more competitive, whether he wins or not. Now, if you want to argue me, my opinion versus yours, or what I think is going to matter in the fight, yo, you can have at it, bro. But listen, brother, I've got nothing against you. You know, I'm just talking about 2 men that are competitive in the ring.
Brody, you talk this opinion shit, and all you offered me was opinions. All I did was ask you a question.
No, I'm talking about homeboy, not you.
What did he change? Oh, because I'm thinking like,
no, I'm talking about homeboy.
That's a simple question.
What's his name? No, not
He's
you.
either
Bobby, not you.
Fight sports talk, or else he's talking the real talk. One of the two.
Yeah, that guy that just said something to me, Bobby.
Y'all go ahead. Y'all go ahead.
All right.
Oh, he's probably talking about fight sports when he said you don't know what you're talking about.
Right. Yeah, that's the dude I was talking to.
Kiwi, go ahead. Your response.
I was just quoting something round one said to me first time we debated. He just spoke down and said, "You don't know what the fuck you're talking about." Okay, if you think the fight's more competitive, good for you. But Dubois hasn't improved at all. He's just got more confident. But as soon as Usyk starts hitting him, that confidence is going to go.
And that's the other thing that I look for. You had 3 fights since then. You've had 3 fights. And I'm looking for what did you do differently in those fights that would assist you in a Usyk fight. And I don't see it. You still don't slip. You still don't roll. You still catch right hands with your face. That's what happened in the Hrgovic fight. That's literally what, bro, that was a battle of attrition, basically. You got hit a lot in that fight. You know when else you got hit a lot? In a Jarrell Miller fight. You got hit a lot by him too. Now with AJ, granted, I think you did great with AJ, but I mostly blame that on AJ. I don't know what the fuck you were doing, dog. You're an Olympian, bro. A gold medalist. Why are your hands not at home?
Jules, it's easy to knock a guy out who has his chin stuck up in the air with no defense.
Yeah, but he
should. Yeah, and then people like to talk about AJ as if people like to talk about AJ as if AJ is better than Usyk, or as if it should mean anything.
Yeah, no, like in other words, I don't see for the things that Usyk is gonna do to you. I don't see what you changed, bro. You know what I see? You may be easier to counter in the second fight because you're going to take more chances. Maybe more than you're going to go in there with the intention, oh, I'm going to knock him out. And y'all know how it go that when you look for a knockout, you get knocked out. When you look for
if he plays it smart? What if he learned from
that?
Also,
so tell me, what did you see that he learned?
I think he learned better. Like now, right? His timing is a lot better and his forward aggression. See, when Daniel Dubois got hurt by freaking the Juggernaut, right? Which I'm like, wow, he fractured his orbital bone. And when he got stopped by Usyk, look, guys, by no stretch of the imagination am I thinking that Daniel Dubois is already automatically better than Usyk. I think Usyk is the better boxer, but I just think that it's gonna be a bit more competitive. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but
I think it's gonna be a bit more competitive.
You saying that you think it's going to be a bit more competitive, as if anybody's like refuting that, or as if that's the topic of like that's not the topic of discussion. What I said was I don't see what Daniel changed. Yeah. You beat some good guys that fight nothing like Usyk.
And
you
you're
beat
giving
some
them
good
no credit for that. Why?
And I'm talking about a Usyk fight, dog. You talking about giving him credit like I gotta send him a fruit basket or something.
Like the reason,
the reason that have to do with the Usyk fight?
Champions, the number one guy and a bigger guy.
But what does that have to do with what?
Round one, you're just spurging out.
Yeah, like I don't know what he doing. I'm talking about the Usyk fight, and you talking about give him some. What the fuck does that have to do with the Usyk fight?
Okay.
You want me to send him? Do you want me to send him a fruit basket and some Manischewitz?
So you don't give him. You don't give him a punch.
I'm saying what you saying has nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
All right. Cool.
And then if you want to talk about seeing improvement. If what people like to ignore is they're like, oh, well, Usyk's body is his weakness. It's his weakness. Did y'all motherfuckers not watch the Fury fight and how many times he ripped Usyk to the body? Obviously not.
Fury
is his weakness.
Fury like
nothing happened. Also,
like that.
Also,
he got knockouts because he heavyweight, but Daniel Dubois.
But Fury wasn't punching him in the dick like Dubois was.
That's
actually.
I didn't see him. I mean, some of them punches straight low. But I think Usyk was over exaggerating.
What I said, I'm glad. Listen, real talk.
You goofy ass motherfucker, bro. Like, calm that bullshit down, dog. Just because I don't fucking agree with you, right? Don't mean you got to do that. Because we can really turn it into me like really roasting your goofy ass this entire time.
Oh my God! Would y'all calm down? Listen, look. Second Anthony Joshua fight. Anthony lands a legal body shot. This is a legal body shot. You could see it hurt him, but it did not have the effect that Daniel's body shot had. That shot was not borderline. It was right in the diaphragm. I think it was a straight right. Anthony hit him with a straight right, but he didn't go down. The reaction was not the same. In the second Fury fight, yeah, he tried that shit. Hit him to the body, punches got in, but the reaction was not the same. It wasn't. Daniel knew what he was doing, dog. Like, there's no way a guy, you taller than him. How the fuck is so many of your punches ending up below the belt line? That's on purpose, bro. Clearly, that's on purpose. So I'm of the opinion that unless you're gonna go in there off top and shoe shine his dick, you about to lose again, bro. I don't see what you. I don't see
he's
what
gonna lose.
I don't see, and that's not a knock on him. He like, if you're talking about Daniel and another guy, all right, but we're not talking about Daniel and another guy. I'm talking about Daniel and a dude that beat you already. And I have always maintained this. Rematches are often won by the fighter who could change. That's not Daniel.
Not every time.
All right, so name the one that didn't.
Daniel's a big guy who's confident when his big swings land, and as soon as they don't land, like they didn't land against Usyk, aside from that low blow, he took a knee because he took a knee twice because he was panicked. So
all right,
my thing is that
I'm just not about to sit here and act like Daniel can't knock Usyk out. I don't think
I'm not picking research over pure skill.
A knockout,
but at the same time, like counting Daniel out of this fight, like he didn't.
Name a rematch. Wait, rematch, and the guy won. Daniel Dubois. Arthur Benavidez versus Demetrius Bivol. Bivol went in the rematch and he won. All right.
Because Dimitri Bivol can't change.
You just said name one. I named one. That's all.
That's what that tells me is you don't listen. That tells me that you don't listen. You wait to talk. I said rematches are often won by the fighter who could change. I say this a million times a video. I've been saying it for a million years. Pressure guys like Artur, they don't change. You fight Marcus Brown the same way you fight Dimitri Bivol. You fight Dimitri Bivol the same way you fought Callum Smith. You don't change. The guy who can change is Dimitri. That's the guy who can change because he didn't fight Malik Zanad. He didn't fight Malik Zanad the same way he fought Craig Richards.
Body bag.
Right? He didn't fucking fight Zurdo Ramirez the way that he fucking fought Joe Smith Jr. With Joe Smith, you hanging back, you setting traps. With Zurdo, you stepping in, you putting them together. That's the guy who could change. The thinking fighters are the ones who could change. Now, I ask the question. Show me a rematch situation where the guy came in doing the exact same fucking thing but won.
Pause.
Body bag. Fucking bag.
Bro, I mean, at the end of the day, bro, for all this argument,
Bivol just kind of threw more punches than he did than the first
time. Come on, bro. That's not true. You know it was different. In the first fight, what lost Bivol the first fight, you know why you lost? You keep running. You keep moving. You're not asserting yourself. What did he do differently in the second fight? Step in, put them together. But that's a difference. That's the difference. Yeah, you got to throw more. That's the difference. So you can't tell me.
Same, like,
hold on. But you acknowledging that he changed something, because I'm saying, show me a rematch situation where the guy won doing the same shit that he lost doing.
And another thing is that, like the first fight, the second Bivol-Beterbiev fight was really competitive. The first fight between Usyk and Dubois, aside from, again, that low blow, it wasn't competitive. So if you're talking about Dubois maybe being a bit more competitive, okay, but what did he do when the going got tough? He quit.
Look, here's what I see, guys. Here's what I see, guys. Before I go fucking smoke this delicious cigarette and read these super chats, this is my prediction.
Piling up, man, big time.
But why do you got to tell me that while I'm in the middle of a set? I just said I'm gonna read the super chats, bro.
All right, go ahead, man.
Now, what I see, Daniel's gonna try to get off to a faster start, and the beginning of that fight is gonna look like the Chisora fight. You're gonna try to get off to a faster start. It's gonna look good to you. And it's going to look good to people for the first 2-3 rounds. But you're going to gas out doing that shit because you load up on all your punches. You looking for a knockout. You swinging for the fences. And like before, you're going to get tired. Once you get tired, you start slowing down. Your feet get heavy. You're going to get hit more and more and more. And the same thing is going to happen again. You're going to quit. If he don't stop you cold, you're going to quit.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
The question,
I mean, you gotta get
to the
it's gonna be dangerous. It's gonna be dangerous.
Are you?
Now, let me read these super chats. Now, let me read these super chats. Robert was frustrated at Matchroom and Bam because they didn't give Bam an earlier date or more dates. And then Bam pulled that diva shit. Yeah, but Robert is on some bullshit because, for starters, Fumalela Kafu only recently became available. That's not on fucking Matchroom. Fumalela was attached to a Chocolatito fight up until a few weeks ago. The only other motherfucker was Puma. Puma was attached to an Ioka rematch. What the fuck was Matchroom gonna do about that? Robert is bugging, is what I'm saying. Like, Robert, you bugging, bro. There's nothing Matchroom could do if these guys are otherwise preoccupied. There's nothing they could do.
Yeah, are they going to give him another tune-up or stay busy fight? Is that what Robert wanted?
Remember, for months, bro, Kafu was tied to a Chocolatito fight in Nicaragua. That shit fell apart only a few weeks ago. That's why you got Kafu now. But for that, they didn't have access to that motherfucker. Shout out to Damone. Round one didn't give one X or O on how Daniel has improved. He said he's taking punches better and he's confident. Hey, man, don't get mad at me, dog. Shout out to George. Wilder was never that good compared to his peers, but when Tone from the Boxing Voice said he's getting KO'd by Jake Paul, I couldn't understand. Yo, Tone is Stephen A and this shit. Like, I ain't even hating on him, but he just doing shit for reactions, bro. Like, he in a different racket. Like, I ain't gonna talk no shit. You know, he's Stephen A and this shit. Steel Mills said Daniel isn't going to find that shot again. Aggression is gonna get him comatose again. Easy work. Domo said this live is unruly, all because Kiwi won't tell That's what he did.
Why not?
I concur.
Shout out to Mr. Calderon. Say whatever. Daniel's still that guy who quit twice. Shout out to George. I think Usyk will be over dramatic about the borderline body shot to get the extra time to recover, because unless he has a body arm, he wasn't hurt so much. Brody, what I think happened is when the punch landed, it pushed the cup up in his balls. That's what I think happened. Like, yeah, and that hurt. Shout out to Dome.
That's soft tissue down there. That shit hurt.
That's fucking, you know what I'm saying? It's balls down there. Shout out to Damone. Fam is round. Don't be like that. Don't insult the guy like that. Come on. Miss Al said a low blow isn't necessarily on the nuts. That's true. That's the other thing, that everybody thinks a low blow is a nut shot. A low blow is anything in the pelvic region, anything below the belt line in the pelvic region. Bro, that punch landed on his
punch
pelvis,
on the hip
bro.
is a low blow.
On the belt.
Exactly.
Shit, a punch in the hip could debilitate you in a fight, man.
You know what I'm saying? Now, y'all cool out. Everybody calm down. Big Fig Newton, the floor is yours.
And let Jules go smoke his cool.
Don't smoke cool. Hey, motherfucker, I ain't gay. Don't smoke cools, you motherfucker. I smoke Newports.
with that shirt you were wearing yesterday.
Go ahead, Fig.
Yeah. It's the thing. Usyk a great fighter, but we've seen, like, one of the only weaknesses he has is, like, to the body. Amateurs, the Turbia touched him to the body, hurt him. AJ touched him to the body, hurt him. And Daniel Dubois, he's a big puncher. I think, like, he catch him early. He had to do it early because he do got quit in him. So while he's confident right now, but he's dangerous when he has confidence. So he's going to be coming into this fight confident. He's going to be taking risks. If he catch him, he can hurt him. Like,
so you're picking Dubois?
I would pick Usyk, but it's like a percentage thing, right? It's like I think Dubois could do it. Usyk ain't the youngest fighter in the world. He's getting older and older.
That's the only way Dubois wins is if Usyk gets old overnight. That's it.
Could do it.
Yeah, but Usyk isn't going to get old overnight. That ain't happening.
Well, shit happens, man.
Country, you never know.
The only thing Daniel brings to the table is his power. Like, he does nothing better than Usyk does.
Well, that's opinion-wise, you know what I'm saying? That he doesn't do anything better.
So then what does Daniel do better than Usyk?
Listen, check this out, right?
What does Daniel do better than Usyk? You're telling me it's an opinion.
Yeah, can you stop cutting me off then?
All right, little mama, come on.
First of all, we're talking about heavyweights when one punch can change the fight. They can both turn each other's lights out. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about doing better. And then
that doesn't answer my question, but okay.
What the hell does Usyk do, right? What does he do as like this dominant heavyweight champ? Is he knocking everyone out?
He can move his feet. He can move his head.
He can move his feet. So can Dubois.
Yeah. So what does Daniel do better than Usyk? You didn't answer the question.
The question is, Dubois has shown that he has got significantly better.
That wasn't the question.
You know what?
I stated that Daniel doesn't do anything better than Usyk, and you're telling me in its opinion. I'm like, okay, so what does Daniel do better than Usyk then?
I think his jab is better.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you lost me already.
That's opinionated.
No, it's not. That's something we can measure, bro.
Oh well. You said that, and I say this. What?
Wait, hold on. You're just being ignorant just for the sake of it. Like you're just saying that just to be contrarian. His jab is better. It's faster. It's more accurate. It's the target better. It's strong. It's better. I don't know what else to tell you.
It's not strong.
Usyk stopped Daniel with the jab. Who did Daniel stop with a jab?
That's a good point too. What are we talking about, jabs, bro? His swivel jab straight up stopped him in a fight.
Okay, check this out. Right?
Shit, we could argue about stronger right now. My jab stopped you. What did your jab do? Nothing.
Okay, wait a minute. That's accumulating of punches over a quarter period of rounds. It wasn't.
Well, who cares, bro? His jab stopped him, bro.
It wasn't a jab in the first round.
It wasn't just a jab. It was a jab that stopped him.
It was accumulation of damage all night.
Hold on. I'm hearing these. I'm hearing these weak ass arguments about Usyk, he has a better jab than Usyk. I pointed out his jab's faster, more accurate, it comes out better,
It's more
all of that.
utility
And
jab.
then you said, oh no, but it's stronger. And I said, okay, well, where's the proof in that? His jab stopped you, your jab didn't do anything to him.
It's
Your
not
jab
about
didn't even bother him.
You can't say it didn't do anything to him
I
because it
can't.
also right. But I think man, Dubois was in a different place in his life in that
So
kind of fight. And
did
he's young.
Dubois control the range better with his jab?
Yo, Jules, he says that Dubois got a better jab than Usyk.
Then why did? Oh my God! I don't. Look,
Yo, what right?
I'm 42 years old. All right. I'm fucking 42 years old. I have very low attention span. I'm really tired. I spent 2 hours in the fucking gym. All right, and that shit don't make no fucking sense. That like there is no basis in any capacity to say Daniel has a better jab.
I
than
think he has
Usyk.
a
Only
better
thing
jab
you
because
could
he
say is
uses
his
it
jab
better.
is better
And
at it,
see,
is stronger.
I think his jab is better because he uses it in different situations. Although Usyk knocked him out with a jab, so his jab is stronger. But I think Usyk's jab is better because he uses it and better as a utility weapon. But since you guys never been in a ring or laced it up,
Listen,
you
here's
know
the
nothing
thing.
about that.
Here's the thing.
Bum ass
Usyk's jab
motherfuckers.
is better. Hey, everybody got to calm the fuck down, all right? I'm fucking tired. Usyk's jab is better because Daniel only throws a step jab. It's the only kind of jab he throws. He throws a step jab. Steps into the jab, brings over the right. That's it. That's Daniel's
he throws
jab.
it to the stomach. He switches levels.
No, he does not.
He
Why
did
you
it in
think,
his last fight.
Brody? If his last fight with who? With Anthony Joshua, where he got hit with a straight right hand because he doesn't move his head.
I'm saying in the like, I don't know exactly what round he was switching it up, bro. He was bending his knees.
My dude. Look. Why do you think Daniel got hit with all them right hands in a Hrgovic fight? I'm watching this. Hold on, let me finish. I'm watching the same fights you are. I'm not seeing a guy who changes levels. You know why? Why the fuck do you keep getting hit with the same punch from Hrgovic, who's slow as molasses? The first couple of times, all right. Right hand got in. It's gonna happen. It's a fight.
I agree.
But if it keeps happening, like even it keeps happening, it's like, okay, this guy don't change levels, because if you change levels, you wouldn't be there for that right. If you move your head, you wouldn't be there for that right. If you covered, but it was the same in the Miller fight. It was the same.
No. Well,
yes, it
Miller
was, bro.
He was really big, puppy. Like,
my
come
dude,
on, like, okay.
Now you're just apologizing for him when I'm telling you nothing. Listen, it's simple. Nothing about Daniel changed. How do I know? The same punches that you've been getting hit with. I've seen your whole career. I saw you debut. I saw the same punches you've been getting hit with. You still getting hit with them. Still, the only difference is
this debate comes.
Okay.
This debate comes from me saying that.
Let me finish. Let me land the plane. The shit I'm saying is where you telling me that him being more. All you told me that changed, which probably is the only thing that changed. Maybe he's more confident going into the Usyk fight now than he was the first time because he fought him. So like, all right, you've been in there, you could draw something from that, right? But different fighters, when they're confident, react different. A guy like Daniel, he's gonna do one fucking thing: chase the knockout. That's what he's gonna. And isn't that what you did the first time? Yeah. You wasn't in there trying to win no points decision, bro. You was trying to knock him out. And what you gonna do in the second fight? You gonna try to knock him out.
I hope he learns from that. I'm hoping it becomes a better
so when I
say,
I don't see what is different about you. The only thing I see that you might do different, and it's not really a difference, you're gonna try for the knockout sooner. You're gonna try harder. But men your size that are 2 and change, 6'5", if you do that, if you start fast, you'll gas in the middle.
So Jules,
go ahead.
Hey, in the AJ fight, you said AJ hit him in the body, right? You saw it land to the body. Did Usyk pretend like it was low?
I didn't say that. Or
you didn't say AJ.
You said AJ Usyk. I said in the second fight that they had, AJ, this is in the mid rounds. I think it was a straight right hand to the body, right? Okay. It wasn't no theatrical, it wasn't none of that. You could see Usyk was hurt, but the reaction was not the same though.
Did he act like he got hit in the nuts that second fight? And the ref gave him time.
I don't remember that. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. This is in the middle of the action, in the heat of the action, in the exchange. AJ's coming on. He gets in with a right hand to the diaphragm.
I remember the ref stopping that fight and Usyk pretending like he got hit low, even though it didn't look low to me. It looked like the same thing Daniel Dubois did. I think Usyk's just smart enough to take advantage when he needs to.
The ref says.
But then in the 9th round, AJ hit him with a hook to the liver, and he fucking showed he was in pain from that shot. So it's not like he didn't get hit to the body.
I mean, people
and
get
he
hit in the
faked
chin
it.
and they eat it, and then sometimes they get hit in the chin and they get knocked out. Like, I'm pretty sure Mendoza landed some headshots on Fundora that he ate, and then the one he didn't.
Yeah, but let me say this though. Let me say this, because this is the wildest part about this whole argument. This is up to Louis Pabon. Like, I'm tired of hearing about this shit. Louis Pabon made that call in a millisecond, bro. He made that call. If regardless of how Usyk is reacting, regardless if you think he was faking it, he wasn't faking it, it's up to Louis, bro. If Louis ruled it a low blow as soon as it landed, that's on Louis, bro. It's on Louis. It's not on Usyk. If Louis would have started counting, I don't know what would have happened. I don't know. If he's acting, maybe he gets up. If he's not acting, I don't know. But Louis made the call, so what we doing? And that's an old man, by the way. So I don't like this all happened in real time. Louis didn't pause. Who is that?
The fuck is that?
If you on the highway, focus on the fucking road. My God, dog. Y'all about to get into a car accident over fucking Louis Pabon. It happened in real time.
Was it the same ref in both fights?
I don't know if Louis Pabon was the ref in all those other fights. I'm talking about the Dubois fight. I don't know if he was.
No, it was only Louis Pabon in that fight,
right?
Nah, but my thing is this: there was a 9-round fight, 27 fucking minutes. So you guys are gonna hang your hat on one of 27 minutes. What happened to the other 26 minutes of the fucking fight? What was Dubois doing?
That's the point that I made. That if this is a legal punch, I don't think it was. There were legal body shots that landed after the 5th round. They did not elicit that same reaction because they were legal. They were above the belt line or on the belt line. That shit in the 5th was right here in the pelvic area. You pushed his cup up into his balls. You was trying to do that. That's what I saw. You know? That's what I saw. And based on that, like I said, unless you're going to go in there and punch him in the dick from round 1, I don't see how you win this fight. I don't.
Yeah, but you can't keep punching him all night.
No, but even that push at the fucking face-off the other day, that was pussy shit. Like Don Charles and everybody trying to gas up Daniel, but Daniel knows like this dude outclassed me the whole entire time.
No, here's the real shit, Drew. I don't think Daniel know that because I think Daniel on the spectrum. I think he drunk his own Kool-Aid.
So you,
I do.
So we get a
I
reality show. But Daniel's eating the UK crayons and Rolly eats the American crayons.
I'm just saying that, like, I think that Daniel up here, he believe that shit. They put a battery in his back. That's why he popping shit. He fucking Brazilian bitches. He's nutting in them. He's going fucking crazy because they put. Well,
you did say Daniel started acting different once he got his first taste of pussy.
Yeah, but he about to get knocked out outside the club. Like, you gotta relax, Daniel. Fuck with these bitches, right? Fuck with these bitches, but relax. He about to get, like, to me, like I said, studying the fighter. I've seen all your fights after that knockout. I don't see what changed. The only difference I see in you is, okay, you try for more punches, you try for them, but that's kind of what you were doing before. I don't see what you're doing that's so different now that will make a difference in a rematch. I don't see it.
Confidence is like a big thing. I'm not trying to I wouldn't downplay a fighter being more confident going into a fight. Like when he quit the Joe Joyce, like everybody was calling him a quitter. He was getting pieced up by Hrgovic. We all heard the sparring stories of how that shit went. Like getting that confidence and like trusting yourself with the type of power he got is gonna make him dangerous. Now, does he beat Usyk? I think Usyk a better fighter. I would lean towards Usyk.
I don't disagree.
It only take one,
I don't disagree with
early
you,
on.
Fig, I don't disagree with you that he's more confident, and confidence, it's like it can depending on who you fighting. It depends on who you fighting. If you fighting a dude that's gonna sit in the middle of the ring with you, and he gonna do that with you, then yeah, that confidence helps. Usyk not gonna do that. What he does to these guys, and it's like it's happening, but they don't realize it's happening, and the audience don't realize it's happening. He keep you moving the whole fight. The whole fight, he keep you moving. So by the time the mid rounds get there, you start to slow down. You don't even fucking realize it, that you're getting tired. That's how he beats these guys, keeping them moving.
And what is Jules? What does Usyk do after every ninth round?
Focus on I-95, bro. Focus on I-95.
I'm hands-free.
I don't think
it's a matter of opinion. I think it's a matter of fact that Daniel does not do anything better than Usyk.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see what all I see is, look, it's good that he beat them guys. That's good. Don't get it twisted. But you chose this, and I don't see what the fuck you doing differently. Beating Hrgovic, bro, y'all had a shootout, and you won the shootout. But that's not what's gonna happen with Usyk, because he don't fight like Hrgovic. He's not a big target like Hrgovic. Hrgovic's an orthodox fighter. He's a southpaw. Hrgovic's fucking slow on his feet. He's fast on his feet. Hrgovic gasses out even in fights that he's winning. Usyk gets faster as the fight progresses. I just don't see what you're gonna do about that. Your only hope, and I don't. His only hope, okay.
Catch him early.
Okay.
Only hope, catch him early.
Okay.
And I don't think Dubois is. I don't think he's slow. I think he understands.
I
don't think he's slow.
I'm not counting him out.
I don't mean slow. Like, yeah, I think he's slow. I think he is kind of slow like that. But I'm talking about like
I'm not counting him out.
No, you talking about his speed. You talking about his speed, right? Not his cognizance, his speed.
Yeah, not his cognizance.
I get
You're fucking talking about his mind.
I do think he's slow. But I think he's not slow. I think he's slow, but not slow. You know what I'm saying?
He's slow, but he fast.
No, that dude definitely got adult coloring books.
Yeah, I think is he explosive? Yeah, for a couple of rounds.
He's like Rolly Romero if he won a couple fights after getting knocked out by Tank.
What a coward! He left in Texas.
I don't know about that. You just made me think he's trash now, bro. That's a bad.
But like this confidence he got, like you said, Jules, this confidence he got is from guys standing
Romero
there.
doesn't beat an AJ, bro.
Like
also low key, Rolly. I'm gonna be real. Like Rolly does not have confidence no more. I'm gonna be completely honest. You watch him fight, like the way he moved. Like remember the Barroso fight? That motherfucker was running from an old man.
It's the Isaac Cruz.
Yeah, like how much confidence you gonna have after getting your ass whooped by an old man and a midget?
That's what I was gonna say. That the Isaac Cruz fight, I don't think the Barroso fight sapped it more than the Isaac, because Isaac was fucking him up. It wasn't just like a cold knockout. He was fucking you up. From the moment that fight started, that bell rung. Isaac was fucking you up. You didn't even get fucked up like that by Tank, bro. You won some rounds with Tank. With Isaac,
dude. Yo,
that little nigga beat your ass.
But that just shows how ass both of them are. Because Isaac don't even have a fucking jab. It's just wide fucking punches.
He just wide punches. But he's forward aggression, though.
He's trying to get better with his jab.
He's got good forward aggression. Yo, when he hit Rolly, he froze him up, bro. That shocked me.
I think Isaac has good forward aggression if you're not a good fighter, to be real with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Sharpshooter.
If you're not, if you don't got no feet, if you don't got no lateral movement, if you ain't got, then because then he's gonna be hard to get away from. But an elite, not even like a top shelf guy, a good guy.
Go back to the Rayo fight.
Rayo beat him.
Exactly. That's what. Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
And Rayo ain't Sugarfoot out here. Like he ain't Sugar Ray Leonard out here.
Gacy looking dude.
And what I said about Rayo, motherfucking Gary gonna fuck your ass up, cause you not like that, right? Like I don't got nothing against Rayo,
Gary in that fight.
I had Gary like you not like that.
Nah, yeah, PBC gave Rayo a false vote of confidence, bro.
And now,
they fucked Rayo because
now
he
I don't
won
know
that
what's
fight.
gonna happen. And now I don't know what's gonna happen to Gary, cause you fighting Andy, and that's bro, that's a shootout. Anybody could knock anybody out. That's a shootout.
Who you got in that fight, Jules? Who?
I don't know. You fight Andy and Ryoka.
Fight.
I don't know about
I take
that.
Andy. Andy,
I'm gonna
is
take
hard.
I
Arioka,
flip
bro.
flop. I agree. I flip flop. I agree.
If
Andy's a big
Puelo,
fucking dude too.
listen, if Puelo could get respect, right? Because remember, Puelo got respect from Gary. He got respect. If Puelo could get respect, yeah, I think Andy could get respect. I think because he could punch. Puelo can't really punch like that.
Jules,
Andy
speaking
can.
of Puelo, by the way, because I took my time to watch my British domestic fights real quick, and I brushed up on some Dalton Smith, right? I saw the Jermaine fight. I'm gonna be completely honest, it's really not that bad.
No,
I think
not.
besides like the first half, and I don't even think the first half was because he was like bad. I think he was just lazy. Like he wasn't using his jab. He was putting pressure, but not like enough. But the second it hit like round 7, like he just flipped the switch and he was on his ass.
Turned up, started fucking him up. The shit is that I don't know, man. Puelo is like, he's not bad, he's not great, but not bad. And you know what the shit is? It may not even matter because he about to fight Matias. So it may not even matter. Like Matias get him, then it really don't fucking matter. You know, I don't know if Matias gonna get him, but
Matias can lose that shit though. I mean,
I got
but he could win that shit too. Like if Sandor Martin is piecing you up, bro, Sandor,
hey, you forget he lost to Liam Paro, the same guy that lost to what's it called, that random Puerto Rican dude. I forgot the name. Holy shit.
You forget that Puellos ain't knocked out nobody or stopped nobody.
He don't do that. That's not him. I'm saying Sandor is not a big super lightweight. That's 1. Sandor is not a characteristically aggressive guy neither. That's 2. Sandor don't got no fucking power, bro. That's 3. And that motherfucker was piecing you up. I'm just saying, if Subriel
pieced you up.
And I'm just saying that a lot of times that the guys describe Subriel's kryptonite are boxers, but I believe that he's come against a lot of boxers. In fact, like Ponce and a lot of guys, and like Pedro.
Well, Ponce's not a boxer. Ponce's not a boxer.
I thought he was a mover. He was a boxer puncher.
No, he's a slugger. Ponce's Argentinian, bro. He's a slugger.
He threw 98 punches in the first round against Matias.
Because he's a slugger, bro. He's a puncher. Ponce was a puncher
mover, right, Jules?
Nah, not really. In fact, that fight's kind of proof. He forgot his jab the second that he started getting some success and started brawling.
I'm not gonna say he forgot.
Who is the last Argentinian slickster that we had? Sergio Maravilla?
I'm gonna say Matias
That's
took
the only
it away.
one I could think of.
I'm gonna say Matias took away his jab.
Maravilla was like a fucking unicorn because most Argentines are really not boxers.
Most Argentines are built like Maidana and
really
Matisse.
true. That's not really true.
Well,
what's it called? Like, if we're talking about the better guys, nah.
I'm talking about the average Argentinian fighter that you, and I don't mean this as a knock on them. It's not a knock. It's just
Tszyu.
He's not Argentinian.
He's not from Argentina.
Huh? What
from
did I lose? Where did I miss? I'm sorry. I missed something.
The average Argentinian fighter that you see on your television, 9 times out of 10, whether it's Gustavo Lemos, Marcos Maidana, or Jeremiah Ponce, they're pressure guys. Usually they're sluggers. Usually Maravilla was like the exception to the majority. Even Brian Castaño, good amateur background. Remember, he had a good amateur background. You know what I mean? He had some squabbles, beat some guys, beat Spence. He's a brawler though. Like he's a pressure guy. Most Argentines that you see on your television, most Argentinian boxers, most of them are pressure fighters. Most of them.
I thought you were about to say overhand right.
I apologize to panels. I must have got a miscue.
Hey, but Edwin, why did you okay Teofimo wearing that BDSM mask today at the presser?
Oh, stop it, man! I mailed it to him. And I was like, yeah, it's a good idea.
I mean, so when it comes to Matias, I don't think boxers are his kryptonite. Boxer punchers are his kryptonite. You got to alternate with him. That's how Liam Paro beat him. You got to alternate. There's going to be moments you got to punch him up. Like, you can't just box him. You got to punch him up. That's what Liam did. That's what that other motherfucker did. What's that dude named Ignacio? The dude that beat him?
Petros Nevian or something. He was like an Armenian dude.
A lot of punches got thrown in that motherfucker, but that's what you got to do with like you can't just run from Matias. You got to fight
That's
him.
why
You
I
gotta
think
fight
Gary
him.
Antoine Russell.
I
is the
think
best
more than
opponent.
punching them is clinching them. You got to clinch that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Well, you could
yeah.
no, you could do that too, though. You could do that too. Like that's
got
fair.
away with it a lot. I'm surprised in Puerto Rico.
Hey,
he got
bro.
away
Hey, bro.
with
Whatever
it
you got to do to
lot.
survive, bro.
No, but
A
because
lot.
it's a tactic. It's a tactic. People, we don't like it. Of course, we don't fucking like it. But at the end of the day, if you got a mid-range to inside guy and shit is getting hot and heavy, time up. I'm saying,
remember there are two guys in the Hall of Fame who got away with that shit for their whole career, and that's Bernard Hopkins and Andre Ward. So it works.
Klitschko, you fucking jab and clinch, lean on the motherfucker. Like
It's in the name, Klitschko. It's in
and
the
Andre
name.
Ward, he'll get in the pocket because Ward was a pocket fighter. He wasn't really that good on the outside. He was good mid-range to inside pocket fighter. Boop, boop, boop. I'm gonna hold
But
you.
there
Boop,
were
boop,
other
boop, boop,
fighters
boop.
that can clinch in a way.
I found from
and
getting
spin
points on you.
Lomachenko was a good guy that spun you. Pernell Whitaker spun you without clinching, and he was able to fight on the inside and keep you confused with his lateral movement.
Yeah, but those are athletic guys. Like Pernell was like athletic in him. Like that's not a regular. Like Pernell's not a good example of shit because he was like, you can't use him as an example.
Yeah, Pernell was one of those guys that he could fucking move inside the pocket and you couldn't fucking hit him. He could slip and roll, and he was damn near impossible to hit.
You could put a pair of tap dancing shoes on Pernell and he would fucking pure away and fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas a more conventional guy, because I never thought Ward was a physically gifted fighter in terms of power or speed or sharpness. He is very technical. That's what you give him. He's technical. And he's a jab and clinch guy. He's a hit and hold guy. He was. Like, if it's getting crazy in the pocket, hold. So
you know who else was too, Jules? Now that I think about it, Joe Calzaghe was that same fucking type of dude.
Cal Slappy.
That's how you gotta do it. Like, if you playing for points, you ain't trying to knock a guy out. You don't want them to get. You score by rounds. You know what I mean? You land more punches, clinch them, so they can't score on you.
Shout out to Virtuoso, Daniel Dubois. Fans seem to forget he literally told seconds out the week of the fight versus Usyk he was gonna fight dirty by any means necessary. Yeah, I remember that interview, Radio Raheem. I remember that. Damone said Omar Narvaez was a slickster. Yeah, he was. Yeah, I mean, but
oh shit, I forgot about him. I forgot about Omar.
It's different, but for a guy like Matias, like say you're Richardson Hitchens, you can't punch with this fucking guy. You can't run from him all night though either. You got to do something. Hold him. If you can't do shit else, hold him. Because if you trade with him, that's your ass. So hold him.
And holding too. I'm not sure if you ever wrestled before, and this is why you watch a lot of fighters. They don't break out the clinch. When you got somebody like on you, it takes a lot of effort to get them off you. Like you wasting energy to do that. You know what I mean?
Someone brought up.
People don't like that shit, but smothering is a tactic. It is a tactic.
Yeah, it is. What I like about Matias, he turns up he changes the cadence in his power shots. He's like tap, 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 pow, tap, pow. And I like the way he changes it up. A lot of people
the flaw that
criticize him
Matias
for taking
has,
shots, though. Huh?
The flaw that Matias has, and I don't think it's ever gonna change.
No,
is he ain't got no feet. He has no fucking feet.
No, yeah, he's got cement feet. He's got cement feet.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Like I see, like if you go back and watch, Ray brought it up. If you watch a Dalton Smith fight, right, with Jermaine, the one from like 3 weeks ago, he cut off the ring beautiful. It's real subtle that I'm not following you. I'm going over there. You going over there, I'm gonna meet you over there. It's a little beeline to meet him over there. Whereas Matias, he literally follows you in a straight line, dog. Like he literally like
he doesn't know how to cut the angle off. That's the problem.
He doesn't know the moment. It's not the athleticism. It's recognizing what I notice about the guys that do it, whether it's Better Beef or Dalton Smith or somebody else. They know the moment to go over there. That as the guy's on the ropes, he's moving that way. They know instead of following him, I'm gonna go over there. And they know the moment to do that. Matias don't do that. He's just gonna follow you in a straight line and punch at you. He's just
gonna stalk you in a straight line.
Yeah.
You guys brought up Andre Ward. I was gonna say, is Virgil Hunter the black Eddie Reynoso.
Bro, we
Are
had
we
that
still doing this?
conversation already. Yeah, like we had that conversation already, bro. Like, what we doing? Yeah, like everybody don't know how to do that. Like, that's what I noticed, that the people, whether it's a man or a woman, whatever, they know that moment to go over there to make that beeline. It's so subtle you could miss it when it happens, but it's a beeline that I'm gonna go over there. Since you want to keep staying on these ropes, moving in that direction, I ain't gonna follow you. I'm gonna go over there, and by the time you get over there, I'll be over there, and then I can
Meet you with the
punches
left.
go. Yeah, Matias
Okay,
don't
wait,
do
so
Matias don't do
Jules,
that like at all.
Nah.
if
Hey,
you're
Jules,
taking Matias to win,
what does Ryan look like to you now in comparison when he fought Devin Haney? There's a lot of things all over social media that I'm watching right here on the side.
He looks
and
fleshy.
He's
He's fleshy. He's fleshy.
Yeah. Lost
What do
definition.
you guys
wait,
think?
Jules, are you saying he's got like what's it called? He's got like some titties out or whatever, or
I'm saying that he looked like, now I could see that your body fat percentage, that is either water or body fat. But your body fat percentage or something must be higher, because you have a lot less definition than you did before and a lot less muscle than you did before, which is peculiar because the fight before was 143. How the fuck you was so swole at 143 but you flabby at 147?
That's the conundrum.
Because I know it wasn't just the Osprey. He was on a diuretic.
Jules, talk about it. Yo, listen, how is he gonna look less smaller at a higher weight? You know what I'm saying? You got the schedule. The fight was scheduled at 140, but 143 is what he made, whatever. And 147, you have no definition. Your shoulders are not bigger. Your back's not wider at a bigger weight. That's the conundrum.
And I'm gonna tell you that. Look. I think everybody on Peds, by the way. So we ain't even doing that. We not doing, like, I think Devin is on some.
I'm with you.
I think, and I'm expecting. Like I said, I say it again. Fig wasn't here. I think Devin on some new shit, and we might see some new shit on Friday. Bro, he went to shit. Bro, he went to Balco Shane. Stop playing. Stop.
No, son, but
he
I
went
don't
to
got no.
Balco
I'm
Shane.
not saying it, Jules. Jules, be careful.
Right?
Come on, like Jules.
So I think Devin is gonna win. But long story short, the Osterin beefed him up. It's not hard to see that. Like, the Osterin beefed you up, bro.
Yeah,
it's
I think
really
so.
not hard to put together.
Well, wasn't he on IV flushing too? That they caught him during the fight.
Yeah,
week,
like
camp?
the idea that people are still running around thinking Ryan didn't. I don't want to say cheat. I'm gonna just make a statement of fact. The idea that people are really defending that Ryan didn't take no Osterin. I don't know what the fuck wrong with a lot of y'all. It's very obvious he took Osterin.
I gotta be honest with you, Jules, right now, right? I'm gonna keep it 100 with the whole entire panel, right? In a part of me was like, okay, I'm not really willing to rule Ryan out, but I could see with my own eyes. Today was the day that I actually like sank in my seat and was like, yo, he really cheated.
Hey, I don't call it. You know why I don't call it? You know why I don't call it cheating? I don't call it. Listen, I don't call it cheating. I think Devin. I've been said this. I'ma maintain it. All these guys is on something for what they need. Povetkin always had doo-doo stamina, so he always takes shit for stamina, whether it's Osterin or Meldonium. You know what I mean? Devin, you big as shit at 135, big as shit at 140. You're probably on a diuretic. You probably on some kind of shit that helps you cut weight but maintain muscle. A lot of things do that, but that's what I think you want.
William Cepeda.
He's probably on a vasodilator. Vasodilator opens up your bronchioles so that you have more air in your lungs, so you could fight longer, punch longer. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like all these guys is on something for what they need, but because I think they all on something, that's why I don't think it's cheating. Like, be real. Come on, Canelo pop, Fury pop, Alicia pop, Hannah Gabriel's pop. Motherfucking Zapata duck and test, bro. Tony Yoka duck and test. Everybody.
And like you said, Jules, these drug agencies are just agencies you pay them to keep the fucking shit quiet.
The drug agencies is there. The drug agents, like I said, the drug agencies is not there to keep shit clean. The real reason promoter hire drug agency is, look, one of y'all motherfuckers get brain damage and then he pops after that. The shit ain't my fault. I did what I could to ensure your safety. Whatever happens after that is on y'all. That's what the fucking drug agency is for. And at the same time,
liability insurance. Yep.
within the drug agency, there's an extra arm of revenue. Like, listen, motherfucker, if you got $5,000, we'll make these tests go away. It's simple. You got $10,000? Yeah, this shit don't see the light of day. We don't send the email. We don't hit send. That's what that shit is. But it's not about cleaning up the sport. Bro, it's obvious. They know what's going on. Think about it. Chris Eubank Jr., for all the cocksucking about Conor Benn and his fucking eggs, Chris signed up to fight this motherfucker again, knowing all that. It's like, bro, you don't give a fuck about peds, so why the fuck should I? You fought the motherfucker anyway. What the fuck do I care?
I mean, it's a lot of money. You know what I mean? A lot of money.
I dig that, but you don't think, be real, he in his mid-30s. You don't think Chris is on a weight cutting agent? I do. There's
if
no
he
way
is,
you could be.
he must have picked the wrong one, Jules. He looked like a dried out fucking raisin.
My dude, but you see what I'm saying. You see that he needs one. You could see it, like, bro, this dude is in his mid-30s, boiling down to 135, and he's got to be like 6 feet tall, right, Chris? He's about 6 feet tall, 5'11". Come on, dude. You're not getting there by yourself, bro. It ain't just sauna suits and shit, bro. You using something. You're using something. Come on now.
But as the only ped user on the panel, the fact that he's doing that to his body, Jules, to cut the weight, he's got to take another ped so he fucking can recover. Like he's on multiple. He's on a fucking cocktail. You could see.
Hold on. Can you talk to me about that? Cause I'm like up there in age and shit, and I need something. You know,
get some TR. Like, if you need something, I'm be real with you, dog.
What would you?
If you need something,
what would you recommend for real?
I would, if it's me, honest to God,
Yeah.
because it's becoming all the rage, and it can, honestly, and Drew knows this, it can extend your life. It literally can, and it can in more ways than one, and that's testosterone replacement therapy. Now, myself, I ain't trying to give y'all TMI, but I still get morning wood, and I'm fucking 42.
Yeah, but what if your testosterone level is high, like mine?
Then you don't need it.
Yeah, but Jules,
if you're
in the morning, bro, I don't be.
Then you're all right. Then you giving me mixed signals. If you go to sleep and you wake up tired, odds are your testosterone is either low or you are pre-diabetic.
Or he has sleep apnea.
Jules, I'm not a
No,
diabetic.
it's not sleep apnea. Not sleep apnea is something else. That's not that. But if you say you sleep 6 hours or you sleep 8 hours and you wake up and you foggy, you wake up foggy. You don't wake up right like you slept. And a lot of people, more people wake up foggy than they realize, not realizing, you know, that's a symptom, right? That you just slept for a couple of hours, but you don't feel good.
Yeah, round one. Do you drink a lot of soda or coffee or energy drinks?
I used to drink a lot of coffee, but I stopped like 4 days ago and I started drinking this herbal green tea for energy, right? And I gotta admit, it's getting me like energetic, right? What I don't like I'm not gonna lie here and like not tell you my system because I'm really looking for something, right? I just want something that gives me that extra like boost in the gym where that I want to keep like working out because I'm pretty athletic. And as far as like, I think my testosterone level, if you ask my wife, she would want me to invent a pill that would counter that. But
I would tell you. On some real shit. The only, cause I'm very, when it comes to any kind of synthetic anything, the natural shit that'll have you feeling like you could jump over a building. Honest to God, I swear to fucking God, if you stick with this shit, if you put a couple of cloves of garlic in your protein shake, I'm telling you, after a while, you're gonna feel like you could jump over a building.
Jules,
yeah, because it's not just antifungal, antibacterial. That's
definitely not the first time I've heard that shit.
The other thing is it's a. Can I finish the fucking sentence? Are we the Olsen twins? It's a blood thinner. It's a blood thinner, and one of the main things that slows you down as you get older is your blood get thick from sugar and shit that's in it. That's a natural blood thinner. You know, they got blood thinners they prescribe to people, but garlic is a blood thinner, and anything pertaining to circulation that promotes circulation will give you energy.
Jules, you know what else works? Because I've been taking it, is chewable beets.
Yeah, beets is
Those
good.
shits
Beets
work.
is good for circulation.
They work really good.
You know what? There's a beet powder they sell that you can put in the
Yeah, that too.
very
Yeah.
beneficial.
These
Do
taste
you
so
think
bad
it could be because of the sugar? Because like I always drink my coffee.
The shit is,
I drink my
manín,
creamer and sugar
you
with a
thinking,
little bit of coffee.
tú estás pensando como sugar, como que nada más el domino. It's sugar in
Right.
everything we fucking eat, bro. Literally.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I started going back to the
Oh.
gym, right? Is because I thought about it. Yo tengo 42 años. I've
Uh-huh.
been drinking café con leche since before I could speak English.
Right. Right.
So I
Me too.
thought about that, diablo, to es azúcar, man. And that's not counting all the other shit that it's not even sweet, but it has sugar in it. I'm
Hey,
like,
Jules,
now, yeah.
there's a difference between processed sugar and natural sugar, though.
Well, I'm talking about the unnatural shit that kills people. The only reason I started
like
going,
the high fructose corn syrup.
the only reason I started going back is because hypertrophy training. I didn't go back for an aesthetic. I'm not trying to get swole for no other reason than that shit makes you insulin sensitive. It literally does. If you go to the gym to build muscle, you want to be insulin sensitive. Insulin is produced by the pancreas. If you're insulin insensitive, right? That means the insulin your body is producing is not regulating the sugar in your body. Then you become diabetic. Then you need the doctor to give you extra insulin. But getting the extra insulin will eventually make you sick. So how do you deal with this naturally? Build muscle. When you build muscle, your muscles store more sugar. You become more insulin sensitive. So your sugar levels stay regulated because your muscles will help you regulate them. That's the only reason I started going back to the gym.
Now,
Yo,
you
real
know
quick.
something natural that'll give you energy, but you got to do it in like low to medium doses at best. Because if you do too much, you'll get gassy. Is ginseng?
Ginseng?
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, that shit.
That will
Ginseng,
give
yeah.
you energy, bro, for real. But you got to do it.
Also too, round one, do you fucking drink water at all, bro? You have to up your water intake.
Yo, I'm guilty of that, but I have been taking in my water intake of late because of the tea.
Could be sleep
and I've
schedule too.
my sleep schedule sucks.
Yeah,
if
see, there you go.
If your sleep schedule's off,
It
I do that.
sucks,
Like,
man.
be up one day, then I'll fucking rest. I wake
I'll
up
tell
and
you
feel
what,
awesome.
if you can, because everybody doesn't have this luxury. I consider myself very fortunate that I have this luxury. I take afternoon naps with regularity, sometimes 2 to 3 hours, and it makes a
try
difference.
to get them in. I haven't got them in the last 4 days, man. Because
I can't sleep 8 hours straight. I can't, bro. I'm gonna get up.
either.
I can only sleep for 5 and 6 hours straight at a time. The other 2-3 hours, I make it up in the afternoon when I take a nap. You know what I mean? Because you sleep like that sleep shit. Yo, that shit is not a fucking game, though. Like, you gotta sleep, bro.
Yeah,
you gotta
need it.
sleep.
Hey, Jules,
Gotta
Ramirez from 602 is asking the question: do you think for a diabetic to build muscle can reverse his diabetes?
That's proven that it can.
Yeah, I reversed my
imagine-
diabetes. You should ask me. I did.
I would imagine
It's
that
proven.
diet.
It's proven. It's proven. It's it's not me making shit up. It is proven that hypertrophy and resistance training, muscle building, right? Muscle building. But here's the kicker: you have to build the muscle. We're not talking about ego lifting. We're not talking about putting up PRs. We're talking about doing repetitions with the intention of growing muscle, right? I think most people don't fucking understand that. The fun part of going to the gym, and I think we all experience this, the fun part is being able to move a lot of weight. That's fun. Like, fuck, I'm strong, right? But that's not building muscle, though. It's a thin line between strength training and muscle building. It is. It's a very thin line that you got to do things in a way that will grow your fucking muscle, because while hypertrophy training can reverse diabetes, you have to actually grow the muscles. That's what's going to reverse it. As the muscles get bigger, they store more of that sugar. As the muscles get bigger, you become more insulin sensitive. You want to be sensitive to insulin because that's what regulates the sugar in your body when your pancreas produces it.
And also having a lot of muscle burns fat.
Yes.
And gets vicious.
Now, is he a type? I'm assuming he's a type 2 diabetic.
Yeah,
I'm not a diabetic at all. I'm not a diabetic.
No,
that was Javier. That was Javier. He's talking about Javier. That was in the comments.
Let me make a correction. you can reverse. It's proven. You can reverse diabetes type 2, type 1.
Yeah, you can.
That means your pancreas is cooked. It's fried.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
work anymore.
I knew a girl. I knew a stripper. She had type 1. Breath always smelled like fruit. Always. So she still has. No, because that's a symptom of it. It's
Yeah.
It's literally a symptom.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Because I was
Yeah.
diagnosed type 2 in 2018. My A1C was like 14. I was like 370, and I reversed that shit in a year.
You know what I think it is mostly for a man of my age? It's coming to terms with you lose a step. And
Yeah, but you don't have to. You don't have to though.
For a man like me, always being athletic, I've always played multiple sports, been great in a lot of sports and stuff. Really watching my decline, I gotta admit, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have lost a step, and I try to convince myself every day that I can get out of bed and be like a young man and, like, you know what I'm saying, like, move around, but I don't have that, like, you know what I'm saying? And I just,
And te lo voy a decir, manín, te lo estoy diciendo que like, you can believe it or not, like, I know, and I'm not an optimistic person, by the way, like, I am not, but I'm telling you that you can literally get that back. You can. It's physically demanding, but yeah, you could get that extra kick in the ass. You could get that back.
Yeah,
you
bro.
literally can.
Your diet has to change drastically, and you have to up your water intake, and you got to change a whole bunch of shit.
Well, let me say this, because that's what scares people away from the change that you need to make, right?
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that causes it all to fall into place is not, okay, I'm gonna go to fucking Publix y yo voy a comprar esta vaina. That's not gonna change it. What's gonna change it is when you start going to the gym. Your appetite, your energy, the amount, all of it starts with go to the gym. That's what'll get the ball rolling. Go to the gym, and you don't have to go crazy when you in there. It's not going crazy. It's just do the ones that are physically demanding. Working, that's saying that don't worry about bicep curls, bro. That's just an ISO. Chest exercise, leg exercise. The big muscle groups are the ones that have a metabolic effect on your body. It's the big muscle groups, like the quads, like the glutes. Those is the ones that, if you start working on those, you're gonna start to see changes. You are, as opposed to, oh, well, I just want to get my arms big, so let me just do some ISO curls and shit. Like, that's for the bitches.
I mean, for people,
But Edwin, I would also advise,
Yep.
go get a full panel workup from your doctor, bro. See where your free test, your testosterone is, get a panel work and your blood type, and then the dietitian based
blood
on
panel,
your
blood
type.
panel, yeah.
Blood panel,
full
yeah,
blood panel
yeah,
work.
get that, man. You'll find out
Blood
a lot of
panel
stuff
work?
about you.
All right.
Yeah,
So basically,
that's-
go get a physical from your doctor and say you want all your blood work and your testosterone levels.
Yeah,
I got my blood work, but I'm not sure if I got that panel shit you talking about. I'm like, I seen them.
You gotta
like,
call around.
Yeah, I'm listen, man. I'm old, stubborn in my ways and shit. Like, my primary care is like,
but I'll
down
put
the
it to you.
street.
I'll put it to you like this, bro. This is some simple shit, right?
Yep.
It's use it or lose it, right? You don't gotta work out every day. I choose to do something every day. I do big lifts 3 days out the week, and small lifts 4 days out the week. Small meaning isos, delts, biceps, triceps. The other 3 days, that's when I do the big ones, right? Because you're older, because we are older, you gotta do it or you'll lose it.
Right.
Every year that you don't try to grow a muscle, you lose 3% of it. After 35, this is all of us. We lose 3% of the muscle every year that we don't do something. Yeah, literally every year, 3%.
That's why we get weaker as we age. You know.
And if you take advantage of it now, like Jules is too, like fellas, when we're in our 80s, they're gonna have synthetic organs. So if we take care of ourselves, I know you're laughing, but they're gonna be able to give us new organs based on our DNA when we're 80s to extend our life another 20, 30 years.
Look, my guy from Ghostbusters, he's been in fucking everything. Ernie Hudson looks fucking amazing. Looks fucking amazing, right? What did he say? He works out. Now compare Ernie Hudson to Gene Hackman before he died. Gene Hackman looked like a dried up raisin, bro.
Yeah.
And the crazy part was they were only 15 years apart.
That's not a lot. If you look at Ernie looks like he's 50 years old. He don't look his age. He don't look his age.
Well, another thing I want to recommend, and actually this comes from boxing. I got it from Tim Bradley. A good multivitamin, and the one that the boxers use is a brand called Usana, USANA. I ordered those and took them, and they are very much healthy and effective.
Is that why you were jacking off twice yesterday on the live?
Yeah,
he can't stop.
I mean, he was fapping fucking all fucking live the other day.
You know what, Drew? I fucking laughed. You're so bad it made your mic shitty, man.
No, but let me say this. Look, we are all men here. And as men, we really don't like to look under the hood every once in a while. And yeah, it's needed. Sometimes, like, if you smoke a lot, you need an X-ray of your lungs every couple of years. If you're not eating good or not sleeping well, you need a blood work, a blood panel, to check if there's something wrong. Like I have a friend, and this guy, thank God, that shit caught him when he was in a relationship, because this guy was having a mole. And his partner advised him to go see that shit to the doctor. And guess what? That shit was, what is the word when it means it's cancer?
Malignant.
But he caught that shit on time. And after a couple of months, he went to get another checkout and said, "You're good. You're perfect. You're going to have to check it every couple of months, but you're good. There's nothing to worry about besides." If that motherfucker was in a relationship, that would be a wrap, because that motherfucker never is gonna go to the doctor by himself.
Yeah, like that's
round one, real quick.
Thing we don't like doing. We don't like. I notice guys don't like going to the doctor because if you ain't at the doctor for nothing good, dog, you know what I mean? Like you ain't like ain't nothing good. Ain't no good reason to go.
It's all bad news.
It's all bad news, bro.
It's all bad news.
Motherfucker, I pay too much for my PPO. I'm there fucking every couple months, bro. You gotta go, fellas. Like you have to get a good PCP, a good urologist. They'll get you right, man. My fucking doctors fucking give me everything I need if I need something.
Shit, I gotta take a piss. All this fucking talk, all this prostate cold.
But Beto, Edwin, get your blood type, bro. And I don't know what kind of health coverage you got if you got some, but they usually cover like a dietitian now, and they'll get you a diet based on your blood type.
Drew, I think he might have fell off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that sucks.
Hey, Leo, you talk about your friend. So, Leo, you say we should go check under the hood. Do you recommend we get a colonoscopy?
I don't know about that, but I guess if you're
colon cancer is the number one cancer among men.
That's true, but they're saying now you should get it done at 45. So if anybody's not getting it done by 45, then
no. See, I'm still in my 20s, so I had to sit that conversation out.
Yeah, real talk. You and fucking Michael are the only motherfuckers in your 20s.
But they're in their 20s and their testosterone is lower than ours was when we in our 20s. So they're basically pussier.
No.
Yeah, that's why you see all these dudes fucking having to use fucking Viagra at like 25. It's like, what the fuck?
That's just wild. That has nothing to do with that shit. That's just being insecure.
No, but like the trends are like testosterone. A 20-year-old male right now and a 20-year-old male in the 80s, their testosterones are dramatically lower.
Nah, Leo, there's actually been studies. The reason that a lot of these Gen Zers and younger millennials have shitty testosterone is because a lot of these motherfuckers don't work out on a regular basis, eat like crap, and then they also don't stop popping pills and doing all fucking kinds of drugs. That's what's fucking their shit up.
No, I agree with that part, but that's not the reason why they're taking Viagra. That's not. Look, I have seen some commercials about in the NFL. Every fucking day is some kind of blue chew or Viagra pill for the. you're getting too much advertisements of that kind of shit, and some of these, especially the Joe motherfuckers, are getting insecure because they feel if they don't have a 3-hour erection, they cannot perform. That shit is.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man, because most of these females out here aren't trying to fuck for 3 hours. Like, if you can put
No,
it
they're not.
down, if you're trying
No,
to
no,
put,
no.
if you can put it down for a good 30 minutes, they'll be happy.
They're
You don't
done.
need
They're
3
done.
hours.
Like they look at
I
you
have-
crazy after that.
No,
Yeah, exactly.
I absolutely agree. That's the norm. 30 minutes, 45 minutes. That's it. But I'm not talking about the women. I'm talking about the fucking commercials that you're getting. That
Oh yeah,
everyone
no, for sure.
And these guys are very sensitive to the shit because they're young.
Now let me ask you this, fellas: the year's 2060, and you can go to the doctor, get a brand new heart, brand new organ, spleen, colon. Are you going to do it? And it says you're going to live to about 120.
If I can move around,
And you
like
can move around.
I do now.
Obviously, the stem cells are going to be way more advanced, and the cellular
Yeah,
repairs.
I was gonna say, if I could be like these Japanese folks that are in their hundreds and they ain't in a wheelchair or a walker, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
and then you got brand new organs. You're like, damn, I got another 20 solid years of moving around.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
An episode of the Twilight Zone, where the old people went in and got implanted in the new bodies.
No, but if you look at all the advancements right now in science, that's where it's headed. With like, they'll be able to take your genetic code, a piece of your organ, and print or harvest a 3D version that's genetically coded to what you already are in 30 years.
Drew, honestly, if I can afford it, yeah, maybe. Because you're talking about living maybe 40 more years than you're supposed to. Oh, you're gonna pay for that shit.
Yeah, that's why these fuckers like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk are doing all that shit. Those fucking guys want to live to like over 100.
Yeah, because they're not worried about the money.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's good to go.
Like, we're at that age, all of us here on the panel in our 40s, we're at that age where we're at the cusp of like, yo, they're really like getting close to like, when we're like in our 90s, like we'll see cloning potential. That'll be the argument of like, let's make it legal, let's not make it legal, all that shit. It's fucking crazy what we're living through when you see it, like a clear picture.
Country's gonna be like, I want to see them clone a sheep before I fucking agree to it.
No, they already did that.
Yeah, they did actually.
Yeah, I think it's
now. If they said that if they're going to clone you, or they're going to make you a new body, and they give you one choice, do you want to be 6'3" or do you want to have a bigger dick? What are you picking?
No, I'm good. I absolutely would.
6'2", so I'll go with the bigger dick.
He's like, give me 6'2" and add that inch to my fucking.
No, I'm good with the way I am. If I had 3 more inches, I would not be here talking to you, motherfuckers.
That's the realest shit I heard all night.
Leo just put it out right, man. He was just straightforward.
Fucking Leo's gonna be out here rico, suave.
We love you, Leo.
Nah, but it's wild to see all the advancements happening right away. Like all these rejuvenation clinics, IV therapy, ketamine therapy. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Well, I was just saying because I had my heart operation like a number of months back, right? By the time I have to have the valve replaced, because it's in about 20 years, they last about 20 years, right? Well, by that time, the technology is going to be so different that, it's not going to be what it is today.
Well,
in 20 years, country, it's going to be a AI automated surgeon doing the fucking procedures.
I wouldn't doubt.
Yeah, but that would be better though, because less room for human error. that certain things. Imagine an AI that knows all the symptoms and can put it together for a particular disease or diseases and do a differential on its own without human error. It would actually be better. It probably would be better.
I mean, country. Look at the whole procedure with like heart surgery. 30 years ago, my grandfather had to get cut fucking right down the middle, and he had that big ass scar on your chest. Nowadays, you don't even have those kind of scars anymore.
I actually had to too, but that was just due to certain circumstances. But the next time when they go to replace it, they'll be able to do the non-invasive. They won't have to cut me open again like they did this time. So I'm cool with that, you know?
But like we were saying before you got here, Joe, remember on that part of Back to the Future 2 where Doc comes back looking younger?
Yeah.
And he went to we're going to have those in our 70s, 80s to go get a fucking new set of lungs, new colon and all that shit.
The thing, like the direction that they're going, in this scary new future or whatever, they know what makes people older. It's attached to the DNA. It's these little strands or strips, whatever they are. The less of them you have, the faster you age, and they're finding ways to augment that. And obviously, the potential for cloning,
It's because what happens is your cells start to replicate. Like they replicate every day, and basically what happens is over time, as they replicate, the DNA, the strands on the end of them get shorter and shorter over time, and that's why you start to look. It doesn't come back 100%. You look older. You start to wrinkle more. Like that's what it is. Like the DNA strands aren't being replicated at 100%. They start to lower as you get older.
Mm-hmm. And with the potential for cloning, obviously this is going to be reserved for the rich. This is not something that you can expect to be the standard of care for everybody in every walk of life. But you figure that with where they were 20 years ago and where I think they are now, you could probably take a DNA sample of an individual and grow them an organ to where it won't even be rejected. Because when you get when you get a heart transplant or something like that, you have to be on medications for the rest of your life to ensure that your body doesn't reject it. Well, the direction that things are going now, they could probably get a DNA sample from you and grow you a fucking organ in a lab. And
no, that's exactly what they're already doing. You're like, you hit the nail on the head to where your body doesn't reject the new donor tissue.
Mm-hmm.
It's your tissue just harvested at an accelerated rate.
Get Fig.
Hey, did y'all hear them scientists grew teeth in the UK?
Not the UK. That was in Asia. That was in Asia. I believe. Okay. That was in Asia. Yeah. That they learned to grow teeth, and also out of South Korea, they said they came up with a couple of things. It's an exciting time for medicine. It's an exciting time.
Yeah,
but
man. Advancements.
Yeah, it is an exciting time for medicine and the standard of care, because really what you want to focus on is the standard of care. That if you walk into a hospital or a general practitioner, general medical clinic or whatever it is that the standard of care? And it is getting better, but like I said, one of the main things you could do as you get older, because it really is use it or lose it, is exercise.
Yeah,
exercise.
Yep.
Don't you see how older people, they get thinner, they lose bone density, maybe develop osteoporosis, lose muscle tissue, which deregulates your sugar levels. You lose all these things if you don't do something to maintain them.
Right.
So, you got to do something. Fucking Damon Wayans said that shit. Damon Wayans was on the Shannon Sharp show. He was talking about how his fucking blood sugar was so high he's about to die. Yeah. Started lifting weights. He said they told me to lift weights, and particularly with your legs. Why? It's the biggest muscle in the body. Has the biggest metabolic effect on the body, systemic effect on the body.
And that's why that's the first place diabetes attacks with the circulation is your lower extremities. That's why motherfuckers who just got amputated because of their diabetes.
Motherfucking this dude. Yeah, I was like, yo, and he don't even look bad. That's why that shit is scary. Because you look at that guy, he don't look like some old fucked up guy that got some shit that you got to cut off a foot. He don't look like some old ass man that's all fucked up. Motherfucker had to cut his foot off.
Who was that?
What's his name?
LeVar Ball.
LeVar Ball.
Oh shit! Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
He had to cut off
That's
his. I'm
crazy.
like, yo, he don't even look unhealthy. What the fuck?
No, but I was watching a video of a woman on Instagram, and this girl looked like your typical OnlyFans model in their 20s. It was skinny. She wasn't fat at all, and she was talking that I went to the doctor, and the doctor diagnosed me with diabetes type 2. And the reason that she gave is, yeah, I look all right for being a 20-year-old woman, but I don't exercise. I don't really have muscle, and that's the main reason why I got diabetes.
Yeah. Gotta do some shit.
You guys know who's diabetic? You guys know who's diabetic, and you wouldn't think of it? Halle Berry.
Oh yeah, she said she started taking testosterone too. And she said she's doing. I literally seen an interview where she said she started weightlifting. She never liked weightlifting before, but she started taking testosterone and weightlifting. It was like, yeah, if you don't got muscle, what's gonna regulate your sugar? Your pancreas got to work overtime to try to regulate that shit, and it ain't gonna get easier as you get older. So you got to do something.
Yeah, what you said, Joshi, you're right. That she's a tight. It got her. It
You gotta
improves
stop
her
cutting
type
Fig
1.
off, Drew. Every time Fig say something, you cut him off. Literally every time.
Go ahead.
I went to the
Spit it out, Fig.
My bad, my fault. This shit was funny. Hey, I went to the doctor. I figured thought I was like vitamin D deficient. I didn't never realize that 80% of African Americans are vitamin D deficient.
Yeah.
So
The
if
food,
you
look,
African
man.
American,
The
listen to
food,
that
they,
shit takes
the food
vitamin
they
D.
give us, the food they give us, I personally think we kind of doomed because the food they give us is fucking poison, bro.
Yeah.
Poison, bro. It is. And unless you burning that shit as a fuel source the way you need to, as a fuel, that's what the fuck is supposed to be. We're an engine. Whatever we take in as a fuel source. If we ain't burning that shit,
You know what I found out the other day when I was at the hospital? And some of you guys may know this, and you're going to laugh at me. But I found out that only men have prostates and women don't. I never knew that.
You didn't know that?
No,
You
I
didn't know
never
that?
did.
That's why the fucking we get.
If you fucking with a bitch that got a prostate, I got some news for your ass.
Yeah, I know, right? That's a good one. Oh,
And
man.
that's why Leo, you were gone. Leo recommended all the 40+ guys get their colonoscopy.
Yeah,
I did that.
Shit is real.
Shit.
That was it. You did, Leo, and then you said, Leo, if you had 3 more inches on your dick, you wouldn't be on the live with us.
No, he said if he had
I do remember I've said that.
He said if he had 3 more inches, he wouldn't be talking to us, motherfuckers. That's what he said.
I tell you, dog, like shit is real out here, man. The food they give us is poison because they trying to look. The food companies are trying to meet a demand, and to meet that demand, they're gonna cut corners to increase profits. So they're gonna feed us bullshit. That's literally what it is. They cut
Crazy that
corners.
they're allowed to do that, man. Like, why don't is it gonna come a time where people just start killing CEOs and shit?
They won't. I mean, like,
Some
look,
French
shit is-
Revolution shit.
we can't win this thing, man. Like, I thought about it. Like, is there any I was on my Doctor Strange, bro. I went to the Nexus. I jerked off a couple of times. I took some LSD to try to think of some scenario.
How the fuck you gonna be Goonin and Jimi Hendrixing at the same time, Jules?
Shit is real. That shit is crazy out here. But we don't. We look, honestly, we don't win this thing, man. Because look at how long they lied to us about the periodic table of the food pyramid. That whole thing was a lie, bro. And they lied. They told. I remember that they told us that as kids. That this is what a balanced diet looked like. And motherfuckers was running around eating all that bullshit because the food company jumped in bed with the fucking pharmacies and the pharmaceutical companies. Like, yeah, man, we just trying to sell some fucking cereal, man, some sugary ass cereal to these kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And why do you think why do you think they added milk to the? Why do you think they added homogenized milk to that food pyramid? Because there was an excess of milk and dairy farmers, and they were going to lose all that product. And
It's one big
They needed
scam. Look at
somebody.
now.
They needed somebody to buy that shit.
Look
You know
at
what I
now,
mean?
like the Frito-Lay and like the Nabisco companies, they're trying to fucking tweak their recipe so Ozempic doesn't work because people are losing so much weight on Ozempic that they're noticing a decline in their fucking sales of their junk food.
I mean, to put it bluntly, you know, for the younger people that might be listening to this, just assume that the doctors and the pharmaceutical company and the government, they don't want you healthy. That's not some conspiracy sucking dick bullshit. That's for
Oh
real.
no, I said
They
that a long time ago. Like doctors
want
aren't
you
there to make you
healthy.
healthy. They're there to make you a customer.
Yeah, they don't want you feeling good and jumping over buildings out here. They don't want that. They want you on Ozempic and all type of other pills and all type of other bullshit so they can make their money. And they save the good shit for themselves. We ain't supposed to eat as much as we do, you know what I mean? Like, just as a species, like, yeah, we're actually not supposed to eat that much, dog. A lot of
Well,
it is
that's the
just
thing,
excess.
Jules. That shit only takes place here in America. You go to other parts of the world, these motherfuckers ain't eating like the way we eat here.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
very
true.
true. A lot of places are more healthier than here.
Yeah.
And you eat spaghetti in Italy, and it's real different from spaghetti in America. You know what I'm
Yes, I was
saying?
about to say, you eat Italian food in Italy, it blows the shit here out of the water. It's not even comparable.
But also in term like healthiness, like you know,
Yeah.
them Italian motherfuckers live a long ass time, dog. There's a
Yeah,
reason
they
for that
do.
shit. They live a long ass time. There's a reason for that
I
shit.
was
Them
listening to
Japanese folks. Go ahead.
I was listening to this R&B singer talk about the name's Ella May. She made that "Booed Up" song a few years ago, and she was talking about the bread. She couldn't find bread in America that she liked because all of it was like sweet, full of sugar.
Yeah. And
There's actually a healthy bread that you can get. It's called Ezekiel bread, and it's very
That
healthy.
just sounds great.
But you can't find it just anywhere though. But if you get a chance, pick it up. It's called Ezekiel bread.
That sound like I gotta talk to some old motherfucker wearing a turban. Like, well, I get the Ezekiel bread.
You gotta get it from the children of the corn.
It's very healthy bread though,
motherfucker roll out a carpet, hop on that shit and float away.
Like a nigga named Malachi from the Children of the Corn is gonna
For
sell
real,
it to
you
you.
know what I'm saying? Motherfucker just float off, like, man. But they'll make it easy for us though. Like, they really, like, honestly, like, if you was trying to look at your diet and you was trying, they don't make it easy for us, man.
No, they don't. Like, Jules, I'll give you an example. When I went to Europe like years ago, bro, backpacking with friends, the shit was so crazy. I went to a McDonald's in fucking Paris, and you walk in that motherfucker, and they literally serve all the same food the American McDonald's serves, except in a smaller portion. And I remember this was around the time when they were doing the whole supersize shit here in America. So I go to the counter and I tell the girl, like, yo, what's the biggest size you have? And she goes, medium. And I'm like, oh shit, a medium is the biggest size you have? And she shows me the cup and the fry holder. And I'm like, holy shit, that's the biggest size you have. And then I told her like what we had here in the US, how it was a bucket of fries and a gallon of soda. Her fucking eyes literally almost popped out of her head. She's like, who the fuck eats that much?
Bro, remember the Arch Deluxe, bro? The Arch Deluxe, bro. Supersize me.
Yep.
I'm saying
Yeah,
shit is
that
crazy.
reminds me of when I went to El Salvador with my buddy back in '93, and we went to this chicken place, right? And I ordered a meal, and I had a drink the size of like the family size drink, and I had that for myself. And everybody was staring at me all fucking weird because I had the big ass drink and shit.
Yo, country, did you go to Pollo Campero?
Yes, I did.
Yo, Pollo Campero's good, low.
Yeah, that shit's good.
But
Their shit's fire.
My friend's dad, he told my friend, he's all, son, next time when you bring him here, warn me so I can go kill a goddamn dinosaur so we can feed him.
Like them Flintstones episodes, bro. Let me get a Brontosaurus burger.
Yep,
you know what I'm saying?
Ribs sticking out to the side.
Shit is crazy, bro. But yeah, they just don't make it easy for us out here. Like, I really thought about it. Like, yo, the food companies is against you, dog. The pharmaceutical companies are against you. The doctors, They don't even know. Like some shit is cliche, but some shit is true. They're doctors, not nutritionists. They learn what is in books. They learn what they're told. And I do not believe that they're necessary. I don't think their intentions are bad. It's just the system is broken. It is broken. Like, yeah, like there's people above them. They got their intentions. They got their agendas. They got their shit they want to do. And if you think they want a bunch of healthy ass motherfuckers out here running around being aware, no, they do not.
But the education system is a branch of the government. Like the government doesn't want you healthy and cognate and able to think for yourself.
They don't want motherfuckers to pick up a little Hyundai and throw it at the White House. Hell no, they don't want that shit though.
It's
pick up
like
a little Camry.
No, but
Yo, Jules, did you ever see that Family Guy episode where they played like an old fucking 50s cigarette commercial, and the guy's telling everybody in the ad, smoke, smoke, smoke. Why aren't you smoking? When are you gonna start smoking?
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
They don't want
no, but
motherfuckers.
Julius, you were talking about the food pyramid. I think I can explain that shit because I actually I did a research about that a couple of years ago. The thing is that in the beginning of the 1900s, people were dying, but they weren't dying because they didn't have enough food. They were eating, but in order to survive, you don't need only carbs. You need minerals and vitamins. And what people don't understand is all those cereals, all that bread, it doesn't supposed to have vitamins and minerals and all that shit that you need to actually to not get sick and die. So what most of the governments in the West did is they put vitamins, a lot of vitamins, and they actually solved that shit because there were a lot of people dying, especially in the younger age. They were dying by malnutrition, and people didn't know why you're eating, but you're getting sick either way. And they were subsidizing all these cereals and all these brands of food that were at the bottom of the pyramid. So that generated a huge surplus. So the people start to say, okay, what you need to survive is, first of all, you need bread, you need rice, you need all those kinds of shit. And then with the time, people start to figure out if you eat too much of that shit, yeah, it also gets you sick. But all those companies were subsidized. So it was like, okay, we are gonna take the subsidies from all these companies, or we are gonna get the pyramid just like that. And people just rolled with it because nobody really wanted to lose money and alter the status quo.
That's what it all boils down to. Is it's about their profits. They'll say whatever, man. They will say whatever. 1 minute, I remember milk does a body good. Then after milk does a body, no, don't drink too much milk. Now it's back to no, milk is all right. Same with the fucking eggs. Eggs kill cholesterol. No, they don't. Yes, they do. Eat them eggs. You know, it's like make up your fucking mind, dog. Like, and near as I could tell, look, I'm gonna use my common fucking sense because that's what seems to always work. The body is an engine. It's an engine. The food you eat is a fuel source. But what the fuck are you fueling? Sitting on this couch? What the fuck are you fueling, dog?
Living a sedentary lifestyle doesn't help.
That's like the difference between butter and margarine.
The best advice I ever got from a dietitian was focus on single ingredients.
Hold up. I always stuck to butter as opposed to margarine, and then of course later on down the line, margarine ended up being really bad for you. So I was like, yeah, I was better off sticking with butter. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like even I try not to use seed oils and shit like that, you know. But I just mentioned.
Speaking of which, did you know that some of the coffee creamers, like one of them has fucking palm seed oil in it?
Bro, I don't even use them shits. They upset my stomach. If I use a creamer, like any creamer, that shit, that shit.
You know what's a good one to use? That and it's yogurt based. Actually, is Chobani. It's milk. And
I heard of that.
Yeah, they're good, and they don't have any like mystery ingredients in them.
I just don't trust these motherfuckers, man.
No, you can't.
My bottom line for every motherfucking thing that's going on is I don't trust shit. All y'all motherfuckers want something.
And
Y'all
that's what, but I don't, and that's why in California,
the best advice
I'm lucky.
I ever got was stick to single ingredients, like single ingredient foods. Like a steak is a single ingredient, you know,
It's
like
a fucking steak,
a chopped up salad. You know, you can see the individual ingredients in what you're eating, and nothing that's like just processed and you don't know what the fuck's in it, like fucking hot dogs.
Like me and
that.
country are lucky. We're in California. Like they tried to ban all the raw stuff, like raw butter, raw milk, when that shit's good for you.
Yeah.
You know what? You got to read labels though, and now I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but a lot of labels are saying, you know, oh, made with bioengineered food. I won't eat that shit. If it says bioengineered on the label, I put it back. I don't fucking eat it. I don't
wake
need
up looking
nothing.
like motherfucker. Wake up looking like Rolly Romero because he eating that GMO.
Or like, remember that three-eye fish in The Simpsons after that radioactive leak at the plant?
But even though that's satire, that is where it's at though. There is GMO chicken. Fucking chickens without beaks or feathers and shit. Like that's real. Like that's
Yeah, remember the old Foster Farms commercials? Just those fucked up chickens that were eating like shit and trying to act like they were real chickens.
For real, like this shit is scary out here,
The
dog.
other thing I
think
stick
about-
to is olive oil, as opposed to if I'm going to cook with oil, I stick to olive oil. Otherwise, forget it. I won't.
That shit is
Yeah.
too fucking expensive, though, dog.
Yeah, the thing about GMO is, look, there are places that you don't really need it because at bare minimum, what GMOs does is increase productivity. You get more for less. And some places in the world, you really fucking need GMOs because in some places you cannot really produce any foods. So for the amount of the population, because you can export, you can import more theoretically. You can import more, most of what you need, but it's expensive. So some motherfuckers say, okay, when I get this genetically altered chicken or rice or whatever the fuck, we are gonna feed this population to not starve, because in some places you do that or you die. But in the United States of America, one of the major producers of food and food products, you don't really need that shit. Yeah, it's gonna get more expensive if you're not using GMOs, but you can get by without needing GMOs.
That's how you end up with a fucking 30-pound tomato with eyes on it, bro. Fucking GMO, bro. Anyway, I'm gonna fucking go to sleep, man. Y'all motherfuckers stay good, stay healthy.
Good night, old fucks.
Okay, nos vemos.
All right, you whippersnapper.
All right.